on the Hawkeye Sports Network. From Learfield, this is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling, presented by Pioneer, an American seed brand since 1926. Also brought to you by Hy-Vee, the official grocery partner of Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling. Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. Oak Knoll, an active life care community. Dodge Street Tire and Auto, your family-friendly, dependable, and honest auto repair shop, celebrating 29 good years in Iowa City. Riverside Casino and Golf Resort, home of the Draft Day Sports Lounge, a luxury hotel and spa, 5 restaurants and more, just minutes south of Iowa City. Homewood and Home 2 Suites, preferred hotel of the Hawkeye Radio Network. And by Pioneer, an American seed brand since 1926. Now, welcome to Hawkeye Wrestling.
Well, on a good Friday evening, welcome into the Armory in Albany, New York, state capital of New York, as we get ready for the Arm Bar at the Armory, presented by Journeyman Wrestling. Stephen Grace saying thanks for joining us, as we've got 3 mats on the floor of this, old school arena, old school Armory building. For those of you that are Will Ferrell fans, the movie Semi-Pro feels a lot like a lot of the gyms that Will Ferrell played in that movie. Great, very old, antiquated, but very homey and unique flavor. So we're looking forward to it, as the Hawkeye is going to be taking on Sacred Heart here in about 15 minutes. And then in a couple hours after that one's done, they will be taking on Buffalo. And North Carolina State, Central Michigan, Buffalo, and Illinois wrestling each other here at these 6:30 matches. NC State and Illinois at 8:30, along with the College of New Jersey and Castleton University. As should be a good night here for the Hawkeyes after the big win last night down at Army, to get a couple more matches in before we head back to Iowa City and get ready for the next stage of the season. Again, the Hawks with the win last night at Army. We hopped on the bus, made our way up here, and going to get after it. Could see a couple of different guys in the lineup. We'll talk about that in just a little bit and see how things shake out, but should be a good opportunity. Sacred Heart comes in at 0-4, including last weekend they lost to Army by a score of 39-0. But it's one of those programs on the East Coast that, they always have just some unique styles and some good opportunities to see some guys that you potentially may see later on this year at the NCAA tournament. You never know. And then Buffalo a little bit later on, a team that we've wrestled before, a team that's probably going to be staying in Albany tonight because, I had probably 3 or 4 different people texting me this morning wondering if we were going to get out. Luckily, we're 300 miles away from the 4 to 7 feet of snow that Buffalo is getting. We actually had sunny skies through the day today in Albany, but we're hopefully going to avoid all of that so we can get out of here tonight. But guessing the Buffalo Bowl is going to be staying here for an extra day until they find their way back home to the northwestern part of the state. We're kind of in the east central part of New York, right not too far from the border of both Massachusetts and Connecticut as well. So big one here coming up. This is one of those things we've seen the last couple of years. Journeyman Wrestling, Frank Papalizio does a great job of promoting and just wanting to do things to help grow wrestling and expose people to it. And so they get together these different opportunities, and the fans are loving it. They were lined up at the door ready to come in, and they're going to fill this place. Probably going to make a few of them mad because we are sitting basically behind the benches, so I'm going to be standing just so I can see the mat. But, when it's an old school facility like this, it's not necessarily set up for internet and power and radio crews, and so you just kind of adapt with whatever you've got. So we're going to do what we can to get the action coming your way. Had a chance to track down Terry Brands, the associate head coach, taking care of things here this weekend, and had a talk with him a little while ago, get his thoughts on things like this and what to expect from the Hawkeyes. We will hear from him when we come back. First, want to let you know that today's meet preview brought to you by Hy-Vee. Score big savings and shop online at HyVeeDeals.com. Quick timeout. We'll be back with more of the pre-meet. You're listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Hey, this is Peter Schrager from the NFL Network's morning show, Good Morning Football. You've also seen me on NFL Sidelines and in studio for Fox Sports on Sunday. Well, I've got a new podcast with iHeart in the NFL, and we're calling it The Season with Peter Schrager. In each episode of this season, I'm going to empty my proverbial notebook and take you inside and behind the scenes on the conversations that happen at the highest levels of NFL franchises. Listen to The Season with Peter Schrager on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi, Hawkeye fans. My name is Denali.
And I'm Briley.
We're still members of your Iowa Hawkeye softball team. During the off-season, conditioning is number one.
At Iowa City Tire and Service, they keep our cars in top running condition year-round.
And they treat their customers like family. Find them at 410 Kirkwood Avenue or online at ictire.com. Proud sponsors of Hawkeye softball.
Iowa City Tire and Service, where service actually comes first.
Go Hawks! Woo-hoo!
Yellowstone, television's #1 show, is back on Paramount Network.
I, John Dudley, do solemnly swear to uphold the Constitution of the state of Montana against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
Featuring an all-star cast led by Academy Award winner Kevin Costner.
The invasion is over.
They will fight you dirty.
Is there any other way?
As the Dutton family fights to protect their legacy, they'll learn power has a price.
Signing this is a declaration of war.
We're already at war.
Yellowstone. New episodes Sundays at 8 p.m. Eastern, exclusively on Paramount Network.
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC Iowa City.
Hey, son, how are you feeling?
I'm fine, Pops.
What's on your mind?
I can't explain it.
When your kid can't find the language, find the lyrics. Start a conversation at sounditouttogether.org. Brought to you by Ad Council and Pivotal Ventures.
High, you feel different. But if you feel different, you drive different. So don't drive high. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to the pre-meet. Time now for our talk with Coach Brands, presented by Pioneer. We've got Terry Brands joining us here this evening as we are in Albany for the Armbar at Albany, or the Armbar at the Armory. And Coach, coming off the big win last night down at Army at West Point, pop the bus, come up here, take on a couple more opponents here this evening. These are some opportunities that these guys maybe don't understand. Just some of the history and what's going on with these types of atmospheres. All that aside, though, you still just have to wrestle 7 minutes out on that mat.
Roger that. The most important thing is that the lineup that we put on the mat, these guys get ready to go, and they when they have that opportunity, just like you said, you know what you're talking about, and that's exactly right. When you have the opportunity, go out and put the guy down hard. Don't be out there dilly-dallying around.
And we've had a couple different new faces that have their opportunities in the lineup. What have you seen from those guys so far that maybe can improve upon when they get that next time called out in that lineup?
Well, last night was a little frustrating for them and the program also, and we got to do a better job of, understanding and us understanding that we go out there to win wrestling matches. It does not matter what the lot is that you drew. It does not matter if Spencer Lee's sitting at home or not. It does not matter. You got to go out. It's your calling. It's at this point in time in history right now, and your call, you get the call, then you got to go out and put the hammer down. And I know that sounds redundant. I keep saying it, but that's really where we're at right now.
Well, an event like this, you've got a bunch of different teams coming in here. It's a real intimate type atmosphere. These are the kinds of things. I was talking to Bobby Telford. He's like, you know what? This is wrestling right here. You don't need flash. You just come out, you get a mat, you get 7 minutes, and you get after it.
Well, flash is style, and flash isn't anything that you get just because you're a wrestler. Flash is something that you earn through the way that you compete and the way that the fans love you because of the way that you compete. And you get an opportunity to do that, and you're in an environment like this, and you got a great promoter with Frank Poplizio. We're in a building that was built in 1890, and there's a lot of history here, and, we're in the city of Jeff Blatnick, Olympic champion, RIP. But, and the thing is you're here, and it doesn't matter if you were here or on the moon or Mars. It does not matter. And we don't need this to be motivated, but we'll take all the help we can get.
Looking forward to it, Coach. Thanks very much for joining us.
Thank you, and big appreciation to Pioneer and our sponsors.
That is Coach Brands, presented by Pioneer. When it comes to great yield potential and strong agronomic performance in your fields, choose Pioneer. What's next happens here. Back with more of the pre-meet. This is Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
local craft cellar is open for your game day needs, offering a huge selection of craft beer, wine, and spirits, many Iowa-made favorites. They have the stuff you won't find anywhere else. Carrying one of the best selections of local craft beer in all of Iowa, including those difficult-to-find selections from Pulpit Rock and Dimensional Brewing. Shop Eastern Iowa's best selection of craft beer. Visit 7085C Avenue Northeast in Cedar Rapids. Please drink responsibly.
If you manage a business, you know how important it is to continually find new customers and new ways to save money. Here at iHeartMedia, we can help with both. We reach more consumers in your area than anyone else, and we can give you access to those potential customers more cost-effectively than anyone else across radio, digital, podcasting, OTT, and social. We'd love to show you how iHeartMedia can work for you. So contact us at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
I'm here for Pioneer Brand Seeds, a block away from another ag company's corporate office. This company concentrates their breeders here in one centralized location. That's not how Pioneer works. Our breeders are located where their test plots are. That way, Pioneer corn breeders gain insights about what does and doesn't work for a local geography in real time. Ask your local Pioneer sales representative about field-proven Pioneer brand corn hybrids. And like our breeders, they're located near you.
When I'm thinking of a meal with friends or family or a business lunch, I always think of Monica's. I know their huge menu will have something that everyone will like. More importantly to me, you never waste your money because the food is always great. Nothing worse than going out to eat and your money and the occasion is wasted because the food was not great. Monica's is the most consistent restaurant I know. There is a reason why they've won so many awards and are always busy. Try them and see. They appreciate every customer and have a great staff.
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC Iowa City.
Welcome back to the Armbar at the Armory in Albany, New York. Stephen Grace saying thanks for joining us as we are just a few minutes away from action here between the Hawkeyes and the Sacred Heart Pioneers. Going to start things off at 125 for both of these dual meets. And we will see either Aiden Harris, a junior 0-2, or Charles Matthew, a sophomore with no record for the Hawkeyes, taking on Mikey Manta. He is a freshman at 0-3 on the year. At 133, Colin Schriever for the Hawks, a sophomore, picked up his first dual meet win last night after winning the Luther Open the week before. He takes on Andrew Fallon, a junior with a record of 1-2. At 141, Drew Bennett, a senior at 1-1, takes on Seth Brown. He is a senior at 0-3. At 149, number 7, Max Murin, the senior at 2-0, takes on Matt Laurie. He is a senior with a record of 1-3. At 157, either Kobe Siebrecht, a junior at 2-0, or Caleb Ratchie, a freshman with no record, taking on Nick Palumbo. He is a senior at 1-1. At 165, number 13, Patrick Kennedy, a sophomore at 2-0, taking on Aiden Zarella. He is a freshman at 1-2. At 174 pounds, sounds like Joe Kelly going to get the nod, the senior with a 3-2 record, taking on Ryan Bolletino, a junior at 0-4. At 184, number 8, Abe Assad, the junior at 2-0, taking on Hunter Perez, a freshman at 1-2. At 197, number 2, Jacob Warner, a senior at 2-0, taking on Nick Copley, a sophomore at 0-3. Close things out at heavyweight, number 4, Tony Cassiope, the senior at 2-0, taking on Mark Barisha, freshman at 0-3. November is Men's Health Awareness Month. Urinary and sexual health have a huge impact on your quality of life. UI Healthcare offers confidential, compassionate care for men just like you. Schedule an appointment with a men's health specialist today. Visit uihc.org/urology to learn more. That is uihc.org/urology. Another quick timeout. We'll be back with wrestling action, the Armbar at the Armory. You're listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
I'm in an area called Trade Integration at Pioneer. So what's the trade being integrated? The Enlist E3 trade for soybeans. And what's it being integrated with? That's the big news. The Enlist E3 trait is now integrated with Pioneer's own exclusive and elite genetics. They're called Pioneer Brand A-Series Enlist E3 soybeans. And there are no other soybeans like it on the market. Pioneer Brand A-Series Enlist E3 soybeans, like no other.
This is Coralville City Administrator Kelly Hayworth reminding you to shop and eat locally. Now, your favorite Coralville businesses offer more options for finding what you want for your home and family. Local restaurants, bakeries, and breweries have perfected carryout and delivery. Coralville shops continue excelling in personalized service. They take pride in helping you find the perfect item or gift for any occasion. Thank you for infusing Coralville with your shopping and dining dollars.
Is it time to think about replacing or upgrading your water heater? Menards has the right Richmond water heater to fit your needs and your budget. Whether it's electric or gas, tank or tankless, you'll find the perfect model to fit any size home. It's your last chance to save big on all Richmond water heaters during the last 11% off in 2022. Good through November 23rd. Savings are mail-in rebate. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Save big money at Menards. Carpentry, making houses into homes with beautiful floors.
Honey, it's time for a makeover.
What? Me?
No, but shouldn't our flooring be as beautiful as you?
We can go to Carpentry. I know you love their low everyday prices, plus professional installation.
And Carpentry has carpet, vinyl plank, hardwood, tile, and more. And no pressure sales.
Let's go. Carpentry off Highway 965 in North Liberty.
Yes, off Highway 965, North Liberty.
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC, Iowa City.
National anthem in the books, and we are ready for wrestling action here. The Armbar at the Armory. Hawkeyes and Sacred Heart. Sacred Heart led by John Clark, two-time All-American in his time at Ohio State, four-time NCAA qualifier. I'm going to apologize from the get-go. We are set up behind the benches, so sightline's not going to be great for us tonight, but I will do my best to bring you the action as best we can as we are underway here. Harris does get the nod for the Hawkeyes, taking on Mikey Mantup, freshman with an 0-3 record. Matt, number one. Underhook thrown in there by Harris, but Manta able to step across that and cover for a two-point takedown as they scramble out of bounds. Head back to the center. Got 25 seconds off the clock. Harris trailing by a score of 2-0. Harris had a tough go last night, getting pinned against Army. Like to see him get something going and just start to build some confidence. You can see where sometimes if you get a guy, got ridden hard in his first match against Cal Baptist, got pinned last night, you start to see some doubt creep in and just need some positive to start coming his way. Getting ridden as they go out of bounds right in front of the scorer's table. 2:08 remains here in the first period. 35 seconds built towards riding time for Manta of Sacred Heart. Get reset in the center is Harris. Manta covers, riding on that left side. Harris trying to get up to his feet. Manta, good forward pressure there. Now Harris into a sit out. Trying to peel the hands free, gets run back forward. Still reaching back, trying to peel those hands off. But Manta able to flatten him out the rest of the way. Trying to work a wrist on Harris. Harris head down on the mat, trying to reach back to peel things free. Minute 25 to go now, first period. Minute 20 and counting of riding time for Manta of Sacred Heart. Harris has reestablished his base. Manta continuing to ride hard on that left side. Tries to explode up. Manta keeps that pressure forward. Flattens him back down. Harris keeps peeking up at that clock. He's just got to focus on getting those hips clear, getting those hands cleared, and getting his point. Don't worry about how much time's on the clock. Just start working hard from that bottom position. 2 minutes and counting of riding time for Manta for the Pioneers. Harris built that base back up. But unable to do much more. Now he's going to get called for stalling on the bottom position. Manta capping that near ankle as they're right on the edge, right in front of the Hawkeye bench. And it looks like that is how this first period is going to come to an end. Harris trailing by a score of 2-0. He's got 2:42 of riding time against him. Harris going to defer his choice. Manta choosing to go neutral. Kind of funny because Harris initially was going to choose neutral and then decided to defer, so neither guy wants to go underneath the other. Reshot there by Manta. Head to the outside, cuts across and gets the takedown. Going to stalemate it. So that'll make it 4-0 now in favor of Manta. Harris set. Right away, Manta starts chopping that left arm. Running good forward pressure, working that left wrist, trying to pull it back. Harris got to figure out a way to get some of that weight off of him. He's just allowing Manta right off the whistle to get all that forward pressure and then not able to do anything off of that. Manta hasn't really been able to get a wrist or anything, but he has definitely been controlling Harris this entire time. There he's into a sit-out. Gets up to his feet. Almost has that hand control. Manta, though, drops between the legs, runs him out of bounds, head back to the center. They're going to hit Manta for stalling, for pushing him out of bounds. Not sure I agree with that call, but we'll take it, I guess. 49 seconds to go, second period. Harris for the Hawkeyes trailing 4-0. He's got 3:37 riding time against him. Initially, Harris did a decent job there. Scooted his hips to the side, but couldn't follow through with anything and allowed Manta to just get that pressure back up over the shoulders. Back into that sit-out. Works up to his feet. But Manta bumps him back down, throws a half in. Another sit-out attempt by Harris. Harris working a little bit harder here in the second period, but still just unable to get that hand control. They go out of bounds with 5 seconds left in this second. Manta's going to have a 4-0 lead unless Harris explodes out here in these last 5 seconds of this second period. Turns into a slow tripod, and the period will come to an end. Hawk fans, experience your home away from home at Coralville's finest all-suite hotels, Homewood Suites and Home 2 Suites by Hilton. Let their warm and friendly staff take care of you and your family when you visit Hawkeye Country. Harris going to take top here in the third. Manta chose neutral when it was his choice, so we'll see if Aiden can do something. Find a strength of his own or find a weakness of Manta. Won't be able to erase the riding time, but he's going to need some turns anyways, trailing 4-0. With that riding time point makes it 5-0. Working a wrist on the right side. Gets that arm up onto the back. Seeing if he can scoop that head, but lost the arm. Each guy does have a stall call, so next one either way would be a point. Harris going crossface. Nothing there. Going far wrist. Nothing there. Hops back to the other side. Keeping a toe in as they're right on the edge of the mat. Now they slide out. 1:12 to go in the third. 4-0 is the lead for Manta of Sacred Heart over Iowa's Aiden Harris. Harris chose top to begin this third period, so he's got to look for a turn here. Going to need a couple of them, actually. In essence, down by 5. Chops that arm a couple of times. Runs Manta forward. Capping that right ankle, the near side. Reaching for a far wrist. There's a nice sit-out switch action by Manta. Another switch action, but they get around, stay behind the arms. Sacred Heart wanting a locked hands call, but the referee wasn't around to see it. Inside of 30 seconds to go. Harris has got to get something big here now. And he's got a leg in, he's working a wrist, but just hasn't been able to even sniff a turn. Still working that, capping that ankle, but he'll ride him out. Got a stall point right there, but that's going to do it. 5-1 will be the final score in favor of Manta. Hawks trail 3-0. Back in 30 seconds. This is Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
When I'm thinking of a meal with friends or family or a business lunch, I always think of Monica's. I know their huge menu will have something that everyone will like. More importantly to me, you never waste your money because the food is always great. Nothing worse than going out to eat and your money and the occasion is wasted because the food was not great. Monica's is the most consistent restaurant I know. There is a reason why they've won so many awards and are always busy. Try them and see. They appreciate every customer and have a great staff.
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC, Iowa City.
Welcome back to the Armory in Albany, New York. The armbar at the Armory. We move to 133 pounds. Colin Schriever for the Hawkeyes taking on Andrew Fallon, a junior with a 1-2 record. There's Schriever, a nice low single attempt. Gets up into the air, elevates, drives across, gets the other ankle for the 2. Comes right back up over the hips. Can't hang on to him. Fallon able to get out for the escape. They go out of bounds, head back to the center. Shot from a non-tie by Fallon. Schriever able to throw the legs back. Comes across to that right-handed collar tie, clear the tie, come back across again. Fallon doing a lot of wrestling from a non-tie, circling around, staying in that center circle. Schriever's just got to get his hands on him and start moving him, though. Fallon, another fake right there. Snap by Schriever, reshot. Gets to the ankle, couldn't hang on to it as Fallon kicked away. Schriever right on the edge of the mat. Got to either push him off or figure out a way to suck him in right here. They're going to say out of bounds or stalemate it. Center mat right now, North Carolina State and Central Michigan. NC State leads that one 3-0. Didn't see who won the first match down there. There's a shot by Sacred Heart, takes down Schriever. So Fallon will take a 3-2 lead now on Colin. Schriever into a sit-out, trying to peel those hands free. Slide out of bounds, head back to the center. Schriever gets reset. Works, trying to get to his feet. Fallon trying to get a leg in. Schriever able to catch that. Fallon Going to a crossface. Schriever able to pop those arms up over the head and gets out for the escape. We're tied up at 3. Minute to go here, first period. Schriever for the Hawkeyes. Fallon for Sacred Heart. Fallon, another shot. Gets to the leg. Trying to cut the corner. Gets up over the hips for 2. Schriever right away into a sit-out, up to his feet. Trying to peel those hands free. Does. Gets out for the escape. Same shot, second time in a row by Fallon, just from a non-tie. Gets to that single. Catching Schriever, stepping in. He's got to keep his hands down as he moves. There's a nice snap by Fallon. Schriever. Nice high crotch attempt right there. Gets down to the ankle. Elevates. And gets around for the 2. Fallon, though, doing a good job. Trying to keep that hand control. Gets out for the escape with just 10 seconds left. So it looks like we're going to be tied at 6 at the end of 1. Couple of takedowns and escapes for each guy. Right now Fallon has 25 seconds built towards his riding time. His choice to begin the second period, so he will start down. Set. Schriever covers. Tripod. Pushes those hands back. Gets out for the escape. Fallon on top by a score of 7-6 over Iowa's Colin Schriever. Again, shot from that non-tie. That time, Schriever felt it coming, able to throw the hands down, sprawled back. One of those in-match adjustments is there. Fallon reaches in for a shot again from a non-tie. He's trying to get him reaching. Schriever able to keep the legs back. Drops in on that high crotch, misses, gets back in, head to the inside, elevates up, and gets up over the hips for 2 more. So Schriever takes the lead again at 8-7. Comes out front, stuffing the head. Well, that'll tie us back up at 8 with a minute to go here, second period. Schriever, big snap, front headlock. Tries to find an angle, couldn't get there, goes back to that high crotch, head to the inside, and then just gets back up over the hips. He's starting to feel it out there now. 10-9 as he intentionally releases again with 40 seconds to go. Drops in for that shot again. Drives through and finishes for 2 more on the edge. .25 seconds left. Thought about intentionally releasing him, but I think right in front of the Hawkeye bench they said, nah, let's keep him down here for these last 15 seconds. They slide out of bounds into that Hawkeye bench. So restart with 15 seconds to go here, second period. Right away, explode up into a sit-out. And he gets the escape. 10 seconds left in the second, 12-10. Schriever goes right back to the shot, gets a stall call, and gets up for the takedown with 3 seconds left. 14-10 as we go into the third period. Schriever's choice. Schriever will start down. Leading by 4. Schriever tried to explode up. Fallon pulls him back into him. They roll all the way through. Schriever now into a sit-out. Trying to get those hands peeled off. Scoots the hips out and squares up for the escape. 15-10 now is the lead for Schriever. Shot from a non-tie. Schriever sprawls back. Same shot again. Got to the leg this time. Schriever trying to hip in. Fallon able to elevate it. Shucks him by and finishes for the 2. Makes it 15-12. Now Fallon's going to intentionally release. Makes it 16-12. And then Schriever gets right back in on a shot. And about ready to cut across and does get the 2-point takedown. So that'll make it 18-12. Riding time not a factor, so he's got to get a couple more here. Or get a turn. So he's going to stuff the head right in front of the Sacred Heart bench. There is the escape. Shoots him out of bounds. Heads back to the center. 52 on the clock. 18-13 is the lead for Schriever. Fallon, again, that shot from a non-tie, straight on. Schriever sprawls back, front headlock, tries to shuck him by. Couldn't get anywhere. They square back up. Another shot by Fallon. Schriever stuffs, tries to get around behind, trying to circle. It's stopped off right there, still trying to circle though. Schriever unable to circle around from that underhook. Goes into an ankle pick right on the end, right at the end, and gets the takedown. He'll be a point short, but he does pick up the 20-13 victory. Ties this dual meet up at 3. Back in 30 seconds, this is Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Local Craft Cellar is ready for the holidays, offering a huge selection of craft beer, wine, and spirits. Many Iowa-made favorites. They have the selection you don't see at other stores. Come get your favorite holiday beers, liqueurs, and of course, whiskeys. The biggest selection of vodka, tequila, mezcal, rum, gin, cordials, and wine. And the greatest selection of Iowa-made favorites like Edgewood Locker hams and turkeys. Shop Eastern Iowa's best selection of craft beer. Visit 7085C Avenue Northeast in Cedar Rapids. Please drink responsibly.
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC Iowa City.
Welcome back to the Armbar at the Armory. 141 pounds, Drew Bennett for the Hawkeyes. Hit a nice duck into a fireman's carry, but now he just got reversed as he tried pulling him into him and gave up 2 near falls. And they go out of bounds, head back to the center, 2:19 to go. Hit that nice fireman's got the takedown. And then, kind of like we saw last night, where in that sit out and he was just trying to pull him back into him. And Brown from Sacred Heart was able to grab the leg and gain control, ended up getting a reversal out of it and got 2 near falls. So just like that, Bennett down 4-2. And he's got the leg in. He got put to his back. Leg in and now a headlock. Bennett in trouble right here. Able to roll through though, but he gives up another 4 count. So he's behind by a score of 8-2. Brown trying to work a far cradle, couldn't get it. And Bennett rolls all the way through, gets the 2 reversal, and keeps an armbar in. See if he can use that chicken wing to his advantage here. Down 8-4 with a minute and a half to go in the first. Brown hipping down hard on that left side where Bennett has the wing. Tries to re-cinch it up. Brown, a senior with an 0-3 record on the year. Bennett reaching for that far wrist. Now reaches back, throws in that seatbelt as he tries to flatten those hips down. Loses the wing, seeing if he can re-cinch it in here. Can't get anywhere with it. Brown builds up his base. 40 seconds to go here in the first. Bennett for the Hawkeyes, still working that wing on the left side. Had a half on the right momentarily, but lost it. They're right on the edge of the mat. And right on the edge. Can't see through the scores table, but Bennett just continuing to ride here. Bennett got the first takedown pretty easy. Was trying to force some near falls, got reversed to his back, and then gave up another 4 count before getting a reversal. He is going to trail 8-4, but he does have 59 seconds towards his riding time as we go to the second period. Bennett gets set. Brown for Sacred Heart covers as Bennett chooses down to begin the second period, up to his feet. Standing switch as Brown down on the legs. Now Bennett trying to use those legs to see if he could get some danger position. Could not, but he was able to break the grip and gets around for the 2 reversal. Now he's going to work, grabbing that cross wrist, that far wrist. Now throws in a leg turk into a crossface right on the edge of the mat. Almost had him up momentarily, reaching back trying to grab that ankle, see if he can bend leg it. Couldn't, but now he switches off to a chicken wing on the left side. Comes around, seeing if he can run it. Grabs that far wrist, gets some leverage. Now he's got him up over. Got a 1 count twice. 3 times. See if he can readjust. Brown showing some flexibility here. Now he's using that leg as well to help get some leverage. Now he's got his head scooped around the head, or his leg scooped around the head. But again, no near falls out of that. 45 seconds to go here, second period. Now he goes wing into a crossface and just tilts him back, sucks him towards himself. Got a 1 count, got another 1 count. Now he's got a 2 count, I believe. Not in a great position. Now he goes back to crossface. Coach Clark throws the red brick in, thinking there was not near falls there. So as it stands, it would be 8-8. But they're going to challenge as to whether or not he broke that 45-degree plane. Test after test and field after field, we're tougher on our corn hybrids than ever before. Pioneer brand corn hybrids are field proven and ready for yours. Talk with your local Pioneer sales representative to learn more. Let's see. Ryan Jack wrestling for NC State over here on mat number 2 as we go to the third period. Illinois and Buffalo wrestling down on mat number 3. They don't have team scores listed. James Allen was doing some walking around beforehand, was talking to somebody and wrote a note here for me. So the Armory where we're at, this is a basically a basketball arena. And he said that the CBA, the Continental Basketball Association, plays here. George Karl, the longtime coach for the, I always call him the Seattle Supersonics back in the day, and then Phil Jackson, the longtime coach for the Chicago Bulls and the New York Knicks. They both won CBA titles playing in this building. So they've got some history here. Designed for military use. I think somebody said there was a shooting range downstairs. The locker room that the Hawkeyes are in, very spacious. Actually has a fireplace in it. I don't know if it still operates, but neat environment, neat atmosphere to be a part of. After review, they do confirm the 2 near fall. And then on the restart, Bennett's going to get cautioned for not covering properly. 17 seconds remain, second period. Bennett for the Hawkeyes has climbed his way back in after trailing 8-2. He's now tied it up at 8, and he will have 2.5 minutes of riding time as we go to the third period. It will be Brown's choice for Sacred Heart. He's going to choose top. Well, he's gotten a turn from this top. He's also gotten reversed a couple of times. Bennett to a knee. They roll through. Bennett about ready to get that hand control up to his feet. Brown hanging around the hips. Trying to pick Bennett up. Does. Throws him back down. Now he's got that wrist. Seeing if he can tilt him through. And they slide out of bounds. Head back to the center. 1:40 to go in regulation. 2:12 riding time for Bennett. Roll through. Bennett squares the hips up and grabs the legs and gets around for the 2 reversal. Rolled through. Brown was looking to see if he could trap him for some near falls, and Bennett did a great job. Separated just enough to square those hips back up with him and came out with both legs and covered for the 2. Gives him a 10-8 lead. Re-adding to that. Now he's got that far wrist. Actually came out all the way in front, tried to pull that arm back to himself. So he had the left wrist across to the right side, and then he jumped over to the left side to pull that arm back to him. Now he comes around, throws that chicken wing in. He's got the triceps on the one side trying to lever. Again, Brown showing some flexibility. Bennett looks like he should be in good position with this wing as tight as he's got it, but Brown just hipping down really hard on that left side. I know it's always easier said than done, but it'd be great if he could just throw a half in on that far side and just use that. There's another stall call. So that'll make it 11-8. 12-8 with the riding time. Bennett still trying to run that wing over. Not going to be able to, but fights his way back from an 8-2 hole to pick up the 12-8 victory. Puts the Hawks on top by a score of 6-3. Back in 30 seconds. This is Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Episode 369 and Floyd of Rosedale is on the line. Join the Washed Up Walk-Ons to preview this weekend's Iowa football matchup against the Minnesota Gophers in Minneapolis. We discuss if the Hawkeyes can extend their winning streak to 4 and bring home the pig on a frigid football Saturday. Hear us discuss where this 2022 Hawkeye defense lines up along the rest in the KF era. Find the Washed Up Walk-Ons on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC Iowa City.
Welcome back to Albany, New York. The armbar at the Armory. 149 pounds. Max Murin for the Hawkeyes. Drops in on a shot, taking on Matt Laurie, a senior with a 1-3 record. Max does a good job, readjusts, elevates that leg a little bit higher, and gets back up over the hips for 2. 30 seconds off the clock. Murin with a 2-0 lead. Out of bounds, they head back to the center. Good crowd has made its way in here. I never heard, James, did you hear what capacity is for this place? I would guess maybe 1,500 to 2,000. It's not huge. I'd say it's a little over half full. No, 4,300. Must be spaced out a little bit more than I'm seeing in here, but I'd say a couple thousand people here, give or take. Murin gave up the escape. It's in on a shot. There's a stall call on Sacred Heart for going out of bounds, much to the chagrin of the Pioneers coaches. 1:45 to go, first period. Murin with a 2-1 lead. Hawks lead 6-3. Murin. A little short drag, and then looked like he was going to hit a sweep, but didn't follow through with anything. Snaps into a front headlock. Trying to circle one way, now the other. Right on the edge of the mat. Staying in that front headlock. He's got that left elbow trapped. Duck attempt by Laurie. Murin did a good job. Sunk the hips. Crushed him. Now snaps drags him into himself from that front headlock right on the edge of the mat, and he was able to finish. Again, these are some smaller mats, and there's not a lot of room off the edge of them. But Murin did a good job to adjust. Finished for the 2. Now he shows optional start. So with 55 seconds to go in the first, going to intentionally release Laurie. That'll make it 4-2. Dives in, double leg straight on, and just drives through, runs him to the mat for 2 more. Right away, comes out front to let him go. Laurie wasn't getting up, so Murin just went to that front head. Pushed him off the mat the rest of the way. So I'm going to get a fresh start in the center. Murin is going to go optional start with 33 seconds to go. Front head snap, drops in for a shot, and is able to cover for 2. Didn't see the exact transition there as it was right in front of the scores table where I can't see, but that'll give Max an 8-3 lead with 15 seconds left in this first period. And this first period will come to an end. Murin getting some near falls too. Did get a 4 count out of it. Again, right in front where I can't see, so I didn't see what he had locked in, but Murin able to get a 12-3 lead with those 4 near falls. Clark not happy about something already used and lost his challenge though. Laurie's choice to begin the second. He defers, so Murin will start down. Murin leads 12-3. He's got 1:26 of riding time. Murin keeping the elbow back, works up to his feet. Hand control out for the escape. Snaps, hits a sweep, grabs the other ankle as he comes through and gets the 2. 15-3 is the lead now for Murin. Coming out front. I'm not quite sure what he's doing. As he dropped down on the leg. Gets called for stalling. Came out front like he was going to let him go, and then just immediately kept circling around and drove into the hips. And then got caught down there for the 5 count, so he gave up a stall call. Optional start, so that'll make it 15-4 now. Front headlock. Go behind 2 for Murin. Stuffs the head. Lets him up. Drops for a shot. Another stall call. Be a point. Murin another 2. 20-5 is the tech fall in favor of Max Murin. 11-3, the Hawks now on top. You're listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Hi, Hawkeye fans. My name is Denali.
And I'm Briley.
We're still members of your Iowa Hawkeye softball team. During the offseason, conditioning is number 1.
At Iowa City Tire and Service, they keep our cars in top running condition year-round.
And they treat their customers like family. Find them at 410 Kirkwood Avenue or online at ictire.com. Proud sponsors of Hawkeye softball.
Iowa City Tire and Service, where service actually comes first.
Go Hawks!
Woo-hoo!
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC Iowa City.
Back in Albany, the armbar at the Armory, 157 pounds. Caleb Bracci gets the nod here in this match. He's taking on Nick Palumbo, a senior with a 1-1 record for Sacred Heart. Short, stocky, thick wrestler for Sacred Heart. Believe he was an NCAA qualifier last year. 45 seconds gone by here. First period, no score. Bracci Went for an ankle pick and then a reshot there by Palumbo, and he finishes for 2. Rachi trying to switch back in, couldn't. So switches back to his base. Palumbo chopping that right arm. Rachi for the Hawkeyes. Trying to keep those elbows back, gets out for the escape. 2-1 is the lead for Palumbo. Hawks lead 11-3 in the team score. Rachi right hand up on that collar. Clear the tie, come back across. Both guys changed levels. Rachi got a little bit lower, head to the outside shot, trying to elevate up. Palumbo trying to throw that head by, right on the edge. Rachi trying to turn him back towards the center. Now Palumbo reaching back, grabbing an ankle. Palumbo looks like he's trying to grab our ankle from a front headlock situation. Rachi scrambling, again right in front of the Sacred Heart bench, unable to see. They're going to stalemate it. 41 on the clock. So head back to the center. Rachi for the Hawkeyes down 2-1. 35 seconds to go, first period. Rachi dropped to a knee, came up underhook, dropped to a knee again, couldn't get anywhere, goes underhook on the other side. Stand right in the center right now. 15 to go in the first. Rachi clears out of that. Comes back heavy with that collar tie on the left side. Palumbo just kind of staying in good position right there. And there was a shot by Rachi, but period had come to an end. So 2-1 is the lead for Palumbo as we go to the second. Rachi's choice, he starts down. Palumbo covering on the right side, capping that ankle. Rachi staying at his base. Palumbo comes around on the side. Rachi tries rolling and through here. Palumbo, though, able to stay behind the arms. Flattens him down. Rachi trying to get his butt up under him. Palumbo, though, working that right wrist. Rachi up onto a knee, tries to scoot those hips away. Palumbo gets back around the waist. Rachi turning back in. Staying on the knee, but Palumbo throws a leg in now. Rachi trying to peel that hand off the crossface. Inside of a minute to go, second period. Palumbo, minute 25 and counting of riding time. Palumbo trying to work a wrist or a wing. Couldn't. Now goes back to the wrist. Now he's looking for a tilt. Got a 2 count at least. So that'll give him a 4-1 lead with 25 seconds to go, second period. Rachi down on his belly right now. Palumbo has both legs in. Rachi trying to scoot those hips forward. Not going to be able to get out, so it'll be 4-1 as we go to the third, plus 2:19 of riding time. Dodge Street Tire and Auto, locally owned and operated, and voted best of the area for the 10th consecutive year, proudly supports Hawkeye Wrestling. Trust Dodge Street Tire for honest auto repair and the best deals on Goodyear and Toyo tires. Dodge Street Tire and Auto, celebrating over 30 good years on the corner of Dodge and Church Streets in Iowa City. Neutral here in the third period. Double unders thrown in by Rachi. They go out of bounds, though. So tried to horse him up. So back to action. Rachi snaps, tries a headlock, and he slipped off of it. Palumbo gets around behind for the 2. So he's down 6-1 now. And where he had trouble in that second period, this bottom position. Working up to his feet. Gets the hand control out for the escape. Palumbo drops in on a shot. They go out of bounds, head back to the center. 56 seconds remain. 6-2 is the lead for Palumbo of Sacred Heart over Iowa's Caleb Rachi. Palumbo also has almost 3 minutes of riding time. Shot attempt there by Rachi. Couldn't get anywhere with it. Both guys follow up with half attempts. Couldn't follow through. Head to the inside shot. Now switches off head to the outside by Rachi. Got the leg up in the air. Drives him down and finishes for 2. 24 seconds left. Rachi going crossface. Trying to get a quick tilt right there on the edge. Out of bounds, 14 seconds left. In essence, down by 3. Rachi's going to need 4 near falls here. And he's going to go optional start. Came out front, trying to get a cradle or something locked in. Palumbo up to his feet. And that's how this one is going to come to an end. Rachi's going to drop this one by a score of 8-4. Hawks lead 11-6. You're listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Local Craft Cellar is open for your game day needs, offering a huge selection of craft beer, wine, and spirits, many Iowa-made favorites. They have the stuff you won't find anywhere else. Carrying one of the best selections of local craft beer in all of Iowa, including those difficult-to-find selections from Pulpit Rock and Dimensional Brewing. Shop Eastern Iowa's best selection of craft beer. Visit 7085 C Avenue Northeast in Cedar Rapids. Please drink responsibly.
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC Iowa City.
Back in Albany, Stephen Grace as we move to 165 pounds. Patrick Kennedy for the Hawkeyes gets neutral danger for the 3 count, gets a takedown, then lets his opponent Aiden Zarella, a freshman with a 1-2 record, out for the escape. Another big snap, go behind attempt, and finish for Patrick. 40 seconds gone by, he leads 4-1. Kennedy's got Zarella flattened down here. Trying to run a bent leg Turk, it looks like. Could not. Working a wrist either side here. Going to work that wrist on the left side. Zarella hipping down hard that way. Kennedy gets back around behind the hips. Minute and a half to go here, first period. Kennedy not able to get a turn, so now he's going to let Zarella out for the escape. Makes it 4-2, and Kennedy drops in on another low single and cuts off to the double, finishes for 2 more. And back to work from this top position. Again, right on the edge of the mat, a minute to go. So he looks to the clock and says, let's go back to our feet, pushes him out of bounds. So they'll head back to the center. Kennedy leading 6-3, 57 seconds to go. Patrick working inside position on the collar tie, snaps into a double leg, gets a stall call, and a 2-point takedown. 8-3 is the lead now for Patrick. 8-4 as he intentionally releases. They go out of bounds into the score clock. Drop back to the center. Nice fake into a sweep attempt there by Kennedy. Down on the ankle. Elevates. Limp arms out. Reaches across to the hip and gets the 2. Probably see him ride him out here. Especially as he's got looking for a quick tilt right there. Got that 2-on-1. Seeing if he can roll him through. Not going to be able to, but he will take a 10-4 lead into the second period. Main Street Sweets has been serving great ice cream and food in the heart of downtown West Branch for over 10 years, offering great burgers, tenderloins, cheese balls, and more, along with many awesome ice cream treats. Order online, call ahead, or stop in to visit. Main Street Sweets, owned and operated by my wife Jessica and me, on the web at mainstreetsweetswb.com. Kennedy starts down to begin the second. Right away up to his feet, hand control, out for the escape. Pushes his lead now to 11-4. Drops in on a low single. He's got Zarella draped up over his back. Zarella hanging on to his ankle. That's how he finished his first takedown with the neutral danger. Able to scoot the hips out. Lost his balance there for a minute, but was able to hang on to the leg and then climbs back up over the hips for 2 more. 13-4 is the lead for Kennedy. See if he can go back to that 2-on-1. Couldn't get it. Zarella throws the arms up by the head. Kennedy pulling that near wrist, the right side. Back up under. Rolling up, seeing if he can get it up onto the back. Another stall call against Zarella. That'll make it 14-4. Now 14-5 as Kennedy just lets him out for the escape. Snap, reach for a shot. Zarella circled back towards the center, though. Patrick, nice ankle pick right there. Snapped, kept her hand on the head, and just pulled that head down as he went into the ankle and drove through for 2 more. Comes back out front. Gives up the escape. 16-6 is the lead for Kennedy. Sweep attempt. Zarella sprawls back. 15 seconds to go here. Kennedy's got to get one more after he let him up. It's that sweep and gets up over for 2 more. So we go to the third period with Kennedy up 18-6. He's got 3:04 of riding time. Zarella's choice for Sacred Heart, and he'll start down. He gets set. Kennedy's going to go optional start. Puts him out for the escape. Keeps a 2-on-1 into a foot sweep. Slides around behind. Picks him up and puts him down for the 2. Right as they go out of bounds, 20-7 is the lead for Kennedy. Another optional start. Same thing, comes around on the side, gives the escape, but keeps that 2-on-1, gets right down to the shot off of it, head to the inside, elevates way up high, trips him down and covers for 2 more. Intentional release again. 22-9. One more will do it here for Patrick Kennedy. See if he tries going feet to back or if he just finishes it with the takedown. He's got 1:20 to go. Snapped. Wasn't comfortable with the angle he had, so he didn't follow through. Comes back looking for that ankle pick. Zarella cleared away. Kennedy, nice misdirection duck, gets around behind. Roll through attempt. Zarella rolls all the way through. Kennedy staying down on the ankle. Gets the other ankle and drops a knee to the mat, and that's going to do it. 24-9, technical fall for Patrick Kennedy. Hawkeyes go up 16-6. You're listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
If you manage a business, you know how important it is to continually find new customers and new ways to save money. Here at iHeartMedia, we can help with both. We reach more consumers in your area than anyone else, and we can give you access to those potential customers more cost-effectively than anyone else across radio, digital, podcasting, OTT, and social. We'd love to show you how iHeartMedia can work for you. So contact us at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC Iowa City.
Welcome back to Albany, the Armbar at the Armory. Stephen Grace saying thanks for joining us. We move to 174 pounds, and Joe Kelly gets the nod this match for the Hawkeyes. Took fourth place at 157 at the Luther Open a couple weeks ago. He's taking on Ryan Bolletino, a junior with an 0-4 record. Nice shot there by Joe Kelly. Almost went too far, actually did go too far before he's able to settle back and finish. Hit that shot, drove through, and as he drove through, he went too far and missed. Now as he was trying to set something up, almost got his legs out of position. Bolletino reached back, but Kelly able to get his arms back again. Bolletino back to his base, up to his feet. Out for the escape. So Kelly leads by a score of 2-1. Kelly, the senior out of West Liberty. Getting the nod up a weight class or two here tonight. Bolletino trying to find double unders, not there. Kept that underhook, but Kelly clears out. Kelly. Bolletino going back to the underhook. Kelly clears out of that. Duck attempt there by Bolletino. Kelly kept the hips down. Go out of bounds into the score clock again. Head back to the center. Slide by attempt there by Bolletino into that underhook. Kelly for the Hawkeyes leading 2-1. Double leg, comes up into a body lock situation on the edge. Gets the takedown to the back. Got at least a 2 count, I believe. He did get the full 4 count. That was right in front of the scorer's table. Dropped in for the shot, hit that double, and just slid right up into that body lock and drove him down and takes him to his back for a 6-point move, and that'll give Kelly an 8-1 lead inside of a minute to go here. Comes out front. There's a headlock on the reversal. They go out of bounds. They're going to say just one, not a reversal, just the escape on the headlock attempt by Bolletino. So they go out of bounds. 8-2 is the lead for Kelly. .44 seconds remain here, first period. Kelly up to 52 seconds towards his riding time. Kelly working for inside position on that right-handed collar tie. Now switches off, underhook on the left side. Throws it by, drops down to the leg, and covers for 2 more. Even giving up a little bit of weight, Joe Kelly is a gamer. Eastern Iowa Prep takes a 10-2 lead into the second period. Score big savings. Shop online at HyVDeals.com. Hy-Vee, proud to support Hawkeye Wrestling. Bolletino's choice. He'll start down to begin the second period. Get set. Kelly covers. Bolletino tripod working up to his feet. Kelly picks him up, throws him down. Almost caught him on his back right there just on that mat return. Now he's got him flattened out, going cross-face to a wrist. Hops back over with that near wrist now on the left side. Trying to get that knee posted at the head. Get that arm up onto the back. Cannot. Bolletino builds his base back up under him. Kelly trying to bump him forward here. Now just lets him out for the escape. Minute 20 to go, second period. 10-3 is the lead for Kelly. He's got 1:47 of riding time. Shot by Bolletino. Kelly doing a good job hipping into him. Breaks that grip. Now seeing if he can turn this into some offense of his own. He was going right. Now comes back left. Somersault attempt. Tries to hold him there in that neutral danger position. Each guy's hanging onto the other's leg. And they're going to blow potentially dangerous. With 39 seconds to go in the second period. Shot from a ways away from Bolletino. So front headlock to the far leg. Takedown by Joe Kelly. Had a little bit of a Turk in there. Tried going crossface, but couldn't hold on to it. Now switches off to a wing on that left side. 20 seconds left in the second period. Kelly coming around to the right side, seeing if he can pull that far wing over to him and suck him around. Cannot. Period will wind down and come to an end, but Joe Kelly will take a 12-3 lead with 2:18 of riding time into the third period. Kelly's choice, he's going to go neutral here in the third. Slide by attempt there by Bolletino. Kelly just stays square with him. Hawks lead 16-6 in the team score. There's a snatch single attempt by Kelly, trying to adjust. Bolletino tries to drop down, reach back, grab the legs. Kelly has both of the ankles, but he's got to try to reach across, cut across, as Bolletino's got a hold of our leg. Now Kelly's seeing if he can pop that head out. He's around behind the hips and does finish for two more. There's a half, just like I talked about, but he ran it too far, and Bolletino gets the reversal out of it. Bolletino almost baiting him into that as he was hipping down so hard. And then Kelly just saw that half, threw it in, but the momentum just carried him all the way through, and then Bolletino was able to come out on top and gets the reversal. Now he's looking to get a far side cradle against Kelly. 45 seconds remain in the third. Kelly leads 14-5. So they're going to say when Kelly ran that over, he did get two near fall before he got reversed. So it should actually be 16-5. So it was two near fall and then two reversal. Trying to get the scoreboard corrected here. So 16-5 is the correct score. 42 seconds left. Kelly still in the down position. Kelly tried to explode up to his feet. Bolletino working on that leg in. Under the far wrist. Kelly trying to build his base up. Bolletino thinking something big here, trying to go cradle. There's a stall call against Kelly. Now just tries horsing him over. Got a 2 count. So that'll make it 16-7. Kelly will get the riding time point, though, to finish it out 17-7. Hawks on top, 20-6. You're listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
The best beers are the ones shared with friends. Gather yours and join the fun with Travel Leaders Destination Unlimited and their 23 Oktoberfest and Bohemian Adventure. Go on a trolley beer crawl in Prague, raft a river, climb a mountain, and celebrate in Munich's Oktoberfest. Learn more at duagency.com.
Listen to your favorite radio stations and music from any genre. Listen to what you want, where you want, when you want it, all free. Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC, Iowa City.
Welcome back. The Armbar at the Armory in Albany, New York. Stephen Grace, as we move to 184 pounds. Abe Assad for the Hawkeyes. Hunter Perez, a freshman with a 1-2 record. Hawks on top by a score of 20-6. Assad able to scramble around. So Abe leads by a score of 2-0. Head back to the center after they go out of bounds. Fresh start from the center. Abe dropped down to the ankle, trying to run him forward. Gets him flattened down again. Abe working a wrist. Can't even get that arm bar out. Can't quite see Abe trying to get that chicken wing in, but he's below the elbow on it, it looks like. Now he readjusts a little bit, gets up above the elbow, over in front of the Hawkeye corner, seeing if he can run this over. Unable to keep that far wrist posted, though. Comes back to it. He does have that wrist and the wing. Can't run it, so hops back over behind the hips. Now Abe comes back the other way, trying to pull that wing to him. I know Mark Ironside's listening. He's probably chomping at the bit, saying, man, you've got a great combination there with the chicken wing and the far wrist. You should be able to get near falls like no other in that situation. Unable to do so is Abe Assad, though. Lets that wing out. Now goes into a claw ride out of the tripod. Pressure forward, back down to a knee. Inside of 10 seconds to go here, first period. And it looks like Abe will take a 2-0 lead with 2:19 of riding time into the second period. Molly's Cupcakes proudly serving their cookies and treats inside Kinnick Stadium and Carver Hawkeye Arena. For a taste of unique flavors you'll love, stop by their downtown Iowa City location for homemade cupcakes, cookies, cakes, bars, and coffee drinks. Molly's Cupcakes, proud supporter of the Iowa Hawkeyes. Assad starts down to begin the second period. Quick hand control up to his feet, out for the escape. So Assad on top 3-0. Goes to that ankle pick. Did a decent job pulling that head down to him. Adjusted a little bit, though, as he couldn't quite clear that other arm, and does so, though, to finish for the takedown. Intentional release, drops in on a double leg and takes him down for two more. 7-1 now is the lead for Assad. 30 seconds gone by, second period. Abe looking for far side cradle, not there, so he just lets Perez up out for the escape. Abe, underhook on the left side. Stepped heavy, faking a shot. Now pushing across with that underhook. Perez trying to circle back towards the center. Now Abe drops in on a double leg against that. Perez trying to reach back, lock through the crotch. Abe able to hang on to both legs though. Keep working his head up, pops it out and gets the takedown. 9-2 is the lead. Stalemate blown there. So they'll get a fresh start from the center. Abe covers, now just comes out front, lets Perez out for the escape. Dropped for a high crotch, reshot there by Perez. Abe able to keep his legs back, snaps again, snaps himself into a front headlock, clears out, comes right back across, head to the outside high crotch, roll through attempt there by Perez. Abe rolls all the way through with it and then is able to pop his arm up out and gets another 2-point takedown. Good flurry of action from both those guys right there. Shot, reshot, and then one more go, and then Abe Assad eventually came out on top. Gives him an 11-3 lead as we go to the third period. Perez chooses down here to begin the third. Abe leads 11-3, plus he's got 3:10 of riding time. Tripod by Perez, claw ride by Assad, pulls him back down to his butt. Now looking for a suck back, not there. I'll let him up out for the escape. Shot by Perez from a long ways away. Abe stuffs the head, breaks the grip, go behind, easy two. Comes out front, lets him go. Snap into a double leg. Didn't quite get deep enough on that, so he comes back out front on that front head and gets the easy go behind two. Now looking for that far side cradle. Couldn't get it. Perez up to his feet, out for the escape. 15-6 is the lead for Assad. Approach a minute to go here in the third. Abe drops, fakes a shot one way, comes back the other, gets a stall call, and then is able to get up around behind and cover for two more. 17-6. Comes out front, intentionally releases, 17-7. Right on the edge in front of the scorer's table. Abe snaps, pulls him into him, tries to drop in for a shot. Couldn't get it, now goes underhook, throws it by to the far ankle and covers for two. Looked like he had a chance to keep that leg turk in right there and think near falls. Couldn't, now he switches off up to a wing, but then just let the wing go. Stuffs the head, lets him out. 19-8. Takedown and a right out would get you the tech fall. Throwing that underhook, dumps him down. Gonna cut him and let him go. Try to get a takedown with 6 seconds left. Abe drops in on the shot, gets him draped up over, trying to pop that head off. 3-2-1. Could not get it, so riding time point will make it 22-9. Major decision. Hawks on top 24-6. You're listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Local Craft Cellar is ready for the holidays, offering a huge selection of craft beer, wine, and spirits. Many Iowa-made favorites. They have the selection you don't see at other stores. Come get your favorite holiday beers, liqueurs, and of course, whiskeys. The biggest selection of vodka, tequila, mezcal, rum, gin, cordials, and wine. And the greatest selection of Iowa-made favorites like Edgewood Locker hams and turkeys. Shop Eastern Iowa's best selection of craft beer. Visit 7085C Avenue Northeast in Cedar Rapids. Please drink responsibly.
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC Iowa City.
Welcome back to the Armbar at the Armory, presented by Journeyman Wrestling. We move to 197 pounds. Zach Glazier for the Hawkeyes, taking on Nick Copley, a sophomore with an 0-3 record for Sacred Heart. Glazier, the junior, gets the nod here in this match. Copley in on a shot right now on Glazier, but Glazier able to keep his hips solid, bumped in, broke that grip, and slides around behind him for a 2-point takedown. Now Glazier looking for some near falls, I think. Has that far wrist. Did get the 4 count. Apologize again, folks. We are right behind the benches, so we're looking through a lot of bodies trying to see the action. Looked like Glazier just had that far arm across and then just rolled him through for the 4 count. So that'll give him a 6-0 lead with 1:40 to go here in the first period. Now he's just going for a hip tilt. Couldn't get it. .120 to go now, first period. Glazier for the Hawkeyes. Working wrists either way. Back up. Got another 2 count. Just on a cheap tilt. They slide out of bounds. That'll give him an 8-0 lead inside of 1 minute to go, first period. Fresh start from the center. Glazier riding on the right side. Copley to a knee. Glazier drives him forward, flattens him out. Again goes cross face. Far triceps. Started to turn him up, couldn't get him all the way over. Just right back to that cross face. Copley had gotten up to his base, though, so Glazier had to slide back, bump those hips down. Goes back. That 2-on-1, just driving into him. Couldn't get anywhere with it, and Copley able to pull those arms free. Glazier goes right back to work. Last couple of times when Glazier does that, Copley's been able to get his right hand down there. Now just a hip tilt attempt by Glazier. Got a 1 count, but the period comes to an end. 8-0 is the lead for Glazier. Holiday season approaching fast. Visit your local Iowa Lottery retailer for some holiday scratch tickets today. Then enter your non-winners in the VIP club for a chance to win big cash prizes up to $100,000. Visit ialottery.com for details. Copley starts down to begin the second period for Sacred Heart. Glazier goes back to work. Glazier for the Hawkeyes leading 8-0, 2.5 minutes and counting of riding time. Glazier goes deep waist on the right side. Copley staying at his base. Glazier hops back over, deep waist to the left side, chops the arms, flattens him down. Copley builds that base back up again. Now Glazier just going to intentionally release him as he gets to 3 minutes of riding time. 8-1 is the lead now for Glazier. High crotch attempt, cuts off to a double quickly and finishes for 2. So head to the inside shot, cut off head to the outside. As he did, he was transitioning, hit that double, and Mark would have been happy because kept the hips moving and he kept that weight off of him and dropped him right down to the mat for the 2-point takedown. Now he goes back to another hip tilt. Got a 1 count, I believe. Yeah. Slide out of bounds. Head back to the center. 10-1 is the lead for Glazier. Hawks on top, 24-6 in the team score. Losses by Aiden Harris at 125 and by Caleb Rachi at 157. Glazier, intentional release, comes right back into that ankle pick and covers for 2 more. Several Hawks have gone to that move here tonight. They've been doing a good job with it. And then there's the escape. Bad shot attempt by Copley. Just easy go behind for Glazier. And then a hip tilt. And did he get the full 4 count? He did. That's going to do it. Zach Glazier with an 18-3 technical fall in the second period. Hawks go on top 29-6. You're listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Knowing that I can make a difference in my patients' lives keeps me motivated every single day. Hi, I'm Dr. Kanya Ferguson at University of Iowa Healthcare. With academic medicine, we see the toughest cases, so we're always innovating. And we bring the best minds together to collaborate, so there's more brain power focused on you. Because that leads to exceptional care for our patients and our community. See how at uihc.org.
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC Iowa City.
Welcome back to Albany, New York, the Armbar at the Armory, presented by Journeyman Wrestling. Heavyweight, quick snatch single takedown for Tony Cassiope as he takes on Mark Barisha, a freshman with an 0-3 record. Tony out front, trying to get that arm on the back. Barisha able to work his hips back up under him. Tony hops behind the arms, goes back to work on that right wrist. Gets the arm up onto the back, on the edge of the mat. Unable to do anything with it. Slides out of bounds, head back to the center. Two 2-0 is the lead for Cassiope. 43 seconds towards riding time. 2:10 to go. Good forward pressure to flatten Barisha down. Now goes armbar on the other side, trying to run that over. Normally Tony is going like he does now with that right arm up onto the back. But he wasn't getting anywhere with it, so he just jumped over, tried to run the armbar on the left. Comes back to the right, can't get it. Now he just goes to that far wrist, driving him over. Getting some near falls. Using the hips. See if he can slide those hips back up around, adjust the arms a little bit. He does, cinches it in, and gets the fall in 1 minute and 28 seconds. Caps things off with a 35-6 win for the Hawkeyes over Sacred Heart. Hawkeyes are officially bowl eligible. Sign up to automatically receive official bowl travel information at hawkeyesports.com/bowl-central. When the game is announced, you'll immediately receive information on game tickets, air travel, and hotel. That's hawkeyesports.com/bowl-central, presented by Travel Leaders Destinations Unlimited, Iowa's official bowl tour. Also Saturday, December 10th, the UFC returns to Las Vegas with a stacked card. Light heavyweight king Yuri Prochaska defends his strap against former champ Glover Teixeira, live from T-Mobile Arena. That's UFC 282, Prochaska v. Teixeira. Tickets on sale now at AXS.com. And finally, Iowa Style Apparel is your stop for all things Hawkeye. Get the latest looks for Hawk fans of all ages, including an expansive Hawkeye wrestling section. Shop online at iowastyleapparel.com or visit their store on Edgewood Road Southwest in Cedar Rapids. Iowa Style Apparel, your home for all things Hawkeye. 35-6 is the final score. Hawkeyes with the win. We've got a little over half an hour, and we will be wrestling again, taking on Buffalo over on mat number 2. That one is still going on. So let's step out. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll be back with more from Albany. You're listening to the Armbar at the Armory. This is Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
After a cancer diagnosis, it's natural to want to start treatment right away. But first, get a second opinion from a team that specializes in your cancer. I'm Dr. George Weiner, Director of University of Iowa Holden Comprehensive Cancer Center. Before you start treatment, you deserve to be confident you have the right diagnosis and know every option available to you. So whether it's with us or somewhere else, get a second opinion. It can change your care and your life.
Want to save time and transportation costs? This is Coralville Mayor Megan Foster. Leave the driving to us. Ride the Coralville bus. For $1, Coralville Transit can take you to work, to the mall, to the hospital, even downtown Iowa City. Day or night, the Coralville bus is on the go. The real-time bus app tells you when your bus will arrive. Park and ride options are available too. Leave the driving to us and ride the Coralville bus. For more information, visit coralville.org.
Hurry into Mattress Firm's Black Friday sale. Get a king bed for the price of a queen or a queen for a twin and save up to $700. Plus, get a free adjustable base with qualifying Sealy purchase. Or shop Tempur-Pedic and save $500 on select adjustable mattress sets. Plus, get a $300 instant gift. Mattresses and bases are in stock for fast delivery. With our Love Your Mattress guarantee, get the lowest price and 120 nights to sleep on it. Only at Mattress Firm. Restrictions apply. See store or mattressfirm.com for details.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC Iowa City.
Welcome back to the Armbar at the Armory in Albany, New York. Stephen Grace saying thanks for joining us. Hawkeyes get the victory 35-6 in their opening match over the Sacred Heart Pioneers. Our Hawkeye dual meet recap presented by Riverside Casino and Golf Resort started at 125, where Aiden Harris dropped a 5-1 decision to Mikey Manta. Drops the Hawks behind by a score of 3-0. Colin Schriever comes back and picks up the 20-13 win over Andrew Fallon. Ties it up at 3. Drew Bennett was behind 8-2. He comes back to win by a score of 12-8. Hawks lead 6-3 after 141. At 149, Max Murin with the 20-5 technical fall in the second period. Caleb Racci gets the nod at 157. He drops an 8-4 decision to NCAA qualifier Nick Palumbo. Makes it 11-6 halfway through the dual meet. At 165, Patrick Kennedy a 24-9 tech fall. Joe Kelly 17-7 major decision at 174. Abe Assad 22-9 major decision. At 197, Zach Glazier goes for the Hawkeyes, and the junior picks up a second period technical fall 18-3. Tony Cassiope caps things off with a 128 fall, and that makes the final score 35-6 in favor of the Hawkeyes. The Hawkeyes will be wrestling Buffalo on mat number 2 here in about 35 minutes or so. Right now, mat number 2, Central Michigan and North Carolina State are wrestling. I believe that is, I can't tell, either heavyweight or 197. They're either big 97-pounders or small heavyweights for both teams. Last I saw, it was 23-12, I believe, North Carolina State with the lead. Illinois and Buffalo were wrestling down at the other end, and it looks like Illinois leads that one by a score of 24-9. Again, our dual meet recap is presented by Riverside Casino and Golf Resort, home of the Draft Day Sports Lounge, a luxury hotel and spa, 5 restaurants, and more, just minutes south of Iowa City. So Hawks get some big wins. Still see some areas where, like we heard Coach Terry Brands talk about, you know what, just be ready to get out and get after it. Don't worry about who you're wrestling or what's happening, where it's at. But it's just a case where you get out there and take care of business. We saw that from a few guys. Joe Kelly, Zach Glazier in particular. Racci at 157 stood in there and fought, just taking on a senior NCAA qualifier, and one of those situations where use it as a learning experience. So hopefully he's able to see what worked for him, what didn't work for him, and find a way to bounce back from that. Looking down, it's like Illinois and Buffalo are at heavyweight. Illinois is going to win that one. Though I believe, I can't tell who's who down there between, I think Buffalo is red, and Buffalo is leading at heavyweight 2-1 now, it looks like. Let's step out. We'll take another timeout. We will come back and have more from Albany. You're listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Hey, this is Peter Schrager from the NFL Network's morning show, Good Morning Football. You've also seen me on NFL Sidelines and in studio for Fox Sports on Sunday. Well, I've got a new podcast with iHeart in the NFL, and we're calling it The Season with Peter Schrager. In each episode of this season, I'm going to empty my proverbial notebook and take you inside and behind the scenes on the conversations that happen at the highest levels of NFL franchises. Listen to The Season with Peter Schrager on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Local Craft Cellar is open for your game day needs, offering a huge selection of craft beer, wine, and spirits, many Iowa-made favorites. They have the stuff you won't find anywhere else. Carrying one of the best selections of local craft beer in all of Iowa, including those difficult-to-find selections from Pulpit Rock and Dimensional Brewing. Shop Eastern Iowa's best selection of craft beer. Visit 7085C Avenue Northeast in Cedar Rapids. Please drink responsibly.
When I'm thinking of a meal with friends or family or a business lunch, I always think of Monica's. I know their huge menu will have something that everyone will like. More importantly to me, you never waste your money because the food is always great. Nothing worse than going out to eat and your money and the occasion is wasted because the food was not great. Monica's is the most consistent restaurant I know. There is a reason why they've won so many awards and are always busy. Try them and see. They appreciate every customer and have a great staff.
Hit a deer? Call Premier. Premier Automotive in North Liberty is Eastern Iowa's most trusted name in auto body repair. Our premier reputation is built on providing superior customer service, accurate estimates, and high-quality work. Our experienced staff guarantees your vehicle is restored and back on the road in no time. Premier Automotive in North Liberty or online at premierautoiowa.com. Drive safely, but if you hit a deer, call Premier.
The Hawkeyes play here on AM 800 KXIC, Iowa City's Hawkeye sports leader.
Stephen Grace in Albany, New York. The Armbar at the the Armbar at the Armory in Albany. Say that 5 times fast. As the Hawkeyes pick up the 35-6 victory over Sacred Heart. Get ready to wrestle Buffalo here in about 25 minutes or so. Buffalo still finishing their match with Illinois down on mat number 3. Mat number 2, where the Hawkeyes will be wrestling, is down to the final 30 seconds here between Central Michigan and North Carolina State. Well, we had a full week here for us with a trip to Army West Point yesterday and picking up the dual meet win last night, and then 2 dual meets here. And we'll be hopping on a plane and heading home later on tonight. We've got several other Hawkeyes that will be in action. That includes tomorrow, heading down to the Lindenwood Open just outside of St. Louis. There will be 6 Hawkeyes wrestling in the open division at 149 pounds, Brettley Reyna, and at 197 pounds, Colby Franklin. And in the freshman division down at Lindenwood tomorrow, at 133 pounds, Jace Rhodes. 149 pounds, we'll see Joel Jarasoga. And a couple of heavyweights entering for the Hawkeyes, Easton Fleshman and Gage Marty. So those 6 men's wrestlers will be competing down in Lindenwood. The Hawkeye women cannot wrestle attached, but they are sending some wrestlers to the Missouri Valley Open tomorrow. So Coach Clarissa Chun and company will get their first competition, even though it's not in a black and gold singlet, since it has to be unattached this year. But at 101, Emily Gonzalez and Sterling Diaz will be taking the mat. At 109, Nyla Valencia and Brianna Gomez. At 116, Felicity Taylor At 136, Nania Estrella. And at 143, Reese Laramendi. So those 7 Hawkeye women's wrestlers will be wrestling unattached at the Missouri Valley Open tomorrow. So best of luck to all of them. And looking forward to seeing some of those results. Also, we've got a couple of Hawkeyes that are on this trip that as soon as they get back, they're going to be getting ready to jump on a plane again to head down to Austin, Texas, as next Tuesday, the National Wrestling Coaches Association All-Star Classic, presented by Cliff Keen, will make a return. This used to be a staple meet for the collegiate season, but took a 4-year hiatus, just trying to get scheduling and make it worthwhile for everybody to get down there. But the NWCA got things going, and they will have it being held on Tuesday, November 22nd, down in Austin, Texas, and it will be streamed live on Flow Wrestling. It will feature Iowa's Jacob Warner taking on Rocky Elam of Missouri, and Iowa's Tony Cassiope wrestling the 4th time in his career against Greg Kirkvliet of Penn State. Real Woods was supposed to wrestle for the Hawkeyes, but he had to withdraw, so Andrew Alvarez of Northern Colorado will fill in for him, so Woods will not be going. The other matches on the men's side, at 125 pounds, Pat McKee of Minnesota will take on Kyson Tarakina from Iowa State. At 133 pounds, Lucas Bird of Illinois will be taking on Michael McGee of Arizona State. As we said, Andrew Alvarez of Northern Colorado filling in for Real Woods, and Alvarez will be taking on Cole Matthews from Pittsburgh. At 149 pounds, Sammy Sasso of Ohio State take on Austin Gomez of Wisconsin. Those two had an epic battle at the Big Tens last year, and that should be a fun one to see. At 157, Bryce Andonian of Virginia Tech against Will Luan of Michigan. Andonian, a thrower, a big upper body guy. Luan, just a solid defensive position, so that one should be fun. Another exciting one, a couple of young up-and-comers at 165 pounds. Dean Hamady of Wisconsin against Keegan O'Toole of Missouri. Also have David Carr of Iowa State against Quincy Monday of Princeton at 165. At 174 pounds, Carter Starachi of Penn State against Makai Lewis of Virginia Tech, rematch of last year's NCAA championships. At 184 pounds, Aaron Brooks of Penn State against Northern Iowa's Parker Keckeisen. As we said, Warner against Elam at 197 and Cassiope against Kirkvliet at heavyweight. They also have 4 women's matches. Peyton Prusson of Life College will be taking on Emily Shilson of Augsburg. Adugo Nwachku of Iowa Wesleyan taking on Alara Boyd of McKendree. Yelena McCoyed of North Central taking on Kamira Cooper from the Cumberlands. And Kalani Corbett of Missouri Valley will be wrestling Sydney Kimber from McKendree. So again, that is the NWCA All-Star Classic presented by Cliff Keen. And that will be taking place on Tuesday, November 22nd, down in Austin, Texas, and it will be streamed live on Flow Wrestling. So looking forward to seeing how a couple of Hawkeyes perform in that one. Also looking ahead, we have the World Cup coming December 9th, 10th, and 11th to the Extreme Arena in Coralville. Josh Schamberger, Luke Eustace, and the rest of the staff at Think Iowa City doing a great job to promote this, get this coming to Iowa City area, and looking forward to seeing the Extreme Arena with some of the top talent from the world. This is the annual International Dual Meet Championships featuring the top 5 teams in the men's freestyle and the top 5 teams in the women's freestyle from the 2022 Senior World Championships in Belgrade, Serbia. Those were held back in September. All 5 of each, so all 10 of those teams have confirmed their participation. Also, there will be an all-world team in each discipline, featuring the top available athlete from the World Championships in each weight class that were not from a nation which qualified for the World Cup. So the qualifying teams on the men's side, the USA, Iran, Japan, Mongolia, and Georgia. And then the top available athlete that is not on one of those 5 teams will put together a team that makes up the all-world team. Same situation on the women's side, where your 5 teams are the USA, Japan, China, Mongolia, and the Ukraine. And then the top athletes at each weight class will be taking on the others in the all-world team. This event has not been held since 2019 because of the pandemic, and it will be held right in our backyard at the Extreme Arena in Coralville. Opening ceremonies take place on the evening of Friday, December 9th, and then they will have the wrestling action on Saturday with the pool matches. They will have the first and third place matches on Sunday. This is something, too, that Luke Eustace, Josh Schamberger got together with USA Wrestling, and they said, let's put this together, and rather than have just an event for the men and an event for the women, let's do them together. So this is the first time that the men and women will compete on the same stage with equal billing, and that should be exciting. You'll see a lot of great wrestling going on. This event was in the Iowa City area just a few years ago. Back in 2018, the Team USA men took the gold medal at Carver Hawkeye Arena. More exciting, not only is it the first time that the Men and Women's World Cup held at the same time, this is also the first major international women's wrestling competition held on U.S. soil. So good job to everybody getting that coming, and it should be a great time. All details will be available at worldcupcoralville.com. Iran coming. They'll be competing and bringing 3 world champions along with 2 silver medalists. Jordan Burroughs and Kyle Snyder headline the USA men's team. Amit Alor highlights the USA women's team along with Iowa native and current University of Iowa women's wrestling team member Felicity Taylor. The 10 wrestlers on the men's all-world team have combined for 15 world-level medals. The women's all-world team features 7 wrestlers who medaled at this year's World Championships. 4 members of that team are past or reigning world champions. And they just announced this week Team USA for both the men and the women. For the men at 57 kilos, Zane Richards from Illinois and Nick Suriano from Michigan and Rutgers and Penn State, among others. At 61 kilos, Seth Gross and Daniel DeShazer. At 65 kilos, Yanni Diakomahalis and Evan Henderson. 70 kilos, we'll see Tyler Berger and Alec Pentelio. 74 kilos, Jason Nolf and Vincenzo Joseph. A couple of Penn Staters there. At 79 kilos, Jordan Burroughs and Chance Marsteller. 86 kilos, we'll see Zahid Valencia and Mark Hall. 92 kilos, Nathan Jackson and Jay Aiello. 97 kilos will be Kyle Snyder and Colin Moore. And at 125 kilos, Hayden Zilmer and Nick Gwizdowski. That is a heck of a lineup. And if you've been following college wrestling, those guys have some pretty good credentials. They're doing a great job at the senior level as well. So that should be fun to see those teams come out. On the women's side, Alyssa Lampy and Erin Golston at 50 kilos. At 53 kilos, Felicity Taylor and Rana Gross. 55 kilos will be Jakara Winchester and Jenna Burkett. At 57 kilos, Alexandra Hidrick and Amanda Martinez. 59 kilos will be Lexi Basham and Michaela Beck. 62 kilos will be Kayla Miracle and Jennifer Rogers. 65 kilos will be Mallory Velty. At 68 kilos, Sienna Ramirez and Solon Piercy. 72 kilos, Amit Alor and Skylar Grote. And 76 kilos will be Diamond Gulliford and Yelena McCoyed. So, again, some great teams there for Team USA women. Again, go to worldcupcoralville.com and get more information, and you can also purchase your tickets there. If you're interested, it's $50 for a single-day ticket to come and watch. You can pay $90 to get tickets for both days, or they've got a couple of top-tier packages. The Silver Premium Package is $200, and that will include a parking pass, a clear bag, and a program. Or for another $75, you can go for the Gold Premium Package. So you get the same things as the Silver, the parking, the clear bag, and a program, along with a Team USA hat, a commemorative ticket, and a commemorative lanyard, 2 beer tickets and hors d'oeuvres on Friday, and a VIP meet and greet for Friday night at the opening ceremonies. Again, worldcupcoralville.com. And also, you can get the official WrestleTown USA shirts through Iowa Style Apparel. Head to iowastyleapparel.com and get this officially licensed shirt only available through Iowa Style Apparel. I've got a connection. I just got a picture of it, and it looks pretty sweet. So I may have to jump on the website here at the commercial break and see if I can order one for myself. Again, the World Cup coming to Extreme Arena in Coralville, December 9th and 10th. WorldCupCoralville.com is where you can go to get tickets and get all of your information. And if you want one of these Iowa City, Iowa, Wrestletown USA shirts, you can go to iowastyleapparel.com. We are in Albany, New York, the Arm Bar at the Armory. We are about 15 minutes away from Hawkeye Wrestling taking on Buffalo in the second match here of this evening. We're going to step out, take another timeout. We'll be back with more. You're listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Local Craft Cellar is ready for the holidays, offering a huge selection of craft beer, wine, and spirits. Many Iowa-made favorites. They have the selection you don't see at other stores. Come get your favorite holiday beers, liqueurs, and of course, whiskeys. The biggest selection of vodka, tequila, mezcal, rum, gin, cordials, and wine. And the greatest selection of Iowa-made favorites like Edgewood Locker hams and turkeys. Shop Eastern Iowa's best selection of craft beer. Visit 7085 C Avenue Northeast in Cedar Rapids. Please drink responsibly.
This is Coralville Mayor Megan Foster. The city of Coralville was founded in 1873. Help us celebrate 150 years of building our community. Join the sesquicentennial celebration through October 2023. The city of Coralville will mark this milestone with activities, festivals, and events to celebrate our hometown's rich history, traditions, and diversity. Visit coralville.org/Coralville150 for more information about our rich history and bright future.
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC Iowa City.
Ladies and gentlemen, brace yourself for yet another awe-inspiring episode of Cliff Notes Theater. Today's Cliff Notes Theater, the monumental epic movie Titanic.
Oh. Man, this is some boat.
This has been Cliff Notes Theater. Cliff Notes Theater, when you just don't have time to set through the whole movie.
The Hawkeyes play here on AM 800 KXIC, Iowa City's Hawkeye sports leader.
Welcome back to Albany, New York, the Armory, the Arm Bar at the Armory, presented by Journeyman Wrestling. Big tip of the cap to Frank Papalizio. His brother Pat is the head coach at NC State, and Frank does a great job putting this on. We were able to do a similar thing down in Destin, Florida last year, and it's just great, opportunity to get several different wrestling teams together and see some different things going for them. And just bring everybody in here and get a chance to see some different teams, get some fans maybe of Iowa to see North Carolina State early in the year, get some fans from Buffalo to get a chance to see Iowa. I'm sure Buffalo fans would love to have some Iowans drive home and stop by Buffalo and help shovel them out because they're getting dumped on with snow today. But luckily that is far enough away from us that should not impact us on our way home. But great little event here. So Frank Papalizio, Journeyman Wrestling, doing a great job of putting this on. Hawkeyes defeated Sacred Heart, North Carolina State defeated Central Michigan, and Illinois defeated Buffalo in that first round. Now here in this next match, mat number 1 where the Hawkeyes were wrestling will feature North Carolina State against Illinois. Mat number 2 will be the Hawkeyes taking on Buffalo. And then mat number 3 will be the College of New Jersey taking on Castleton University. So, opportunity to see some of these smaller schools out here in the area and get a feel for what they can bring and get them to compete on the same stage in front of a lot of these different fans. Today's meet preview brought to you by Hy-Vee. Score big savings, shop online at HyVeeDeals.com. I'm not going to replay the interview, but we did hear from Hawkeye Associate Head Coach Terry Brands earlier. And a lot of it he was talking about being in a historic building like this, but knowing that It doesn't matter what it looks like, where you're at, and I know Coach Tom Brands has said this many times too. You just come out and get after it wherever you're at. You could roll out a mat out in the parking lot. You could be in the center of the Taj Mahal, and your goal is still the same, to come out and score points for 7 minutes. And that's really what it comes down to. But it is pretty cool to be in an environment like this. And so looking forward to the Hawkeyes getting a chance to take on Buffalo. Like we said, normally when we hear from Coach Brands, that is presented by Pioneer. When it comes to great yield potential and strong agronomic performance in your fields, choose Pioneer. What's next happens here. We'll take another time out. We will come back with more of your pre-meet. You're listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Hi, Hawkeye fans. My name is Denali.
And I'm Briley.
We're still members of your Iowa Hawkeye softball team. During the off-season, conditioning is number one.
At Iowa City Tire and Service, they keep our cars in top running condition year-round.
And they treat their customers like family. Find them at 410 Kirkwood Avenue or online at ictire.com. Proud sponsors of Hawkeye softball.
Iowa City Tire and Service, where service actually comes first.
Go Hawks! Woo-hoo!
Get a Hy-Vee Plus Premium membership for just $99 a year and get fuel savings every time you shop in-store and online. Plus, exclusive deals and offers every month. Plus, free standard delivery and free express pickup. With Hy-Vee Plus, our plus equals more. For a limited time, get $50 off an annual Hy-Vee Plus membership with code SAVEBIG. That's right, get $50 off a Hy-Vee Plus membership with code SAVEBIG.
Making a move from the outhouse to the penthouse? Do you have property your brothers need help with transferring ownership? Do you love everything Hawkeye from Kinnick to Carver? Then you'll want to talk with us. Hi, this is Steve Anderson with Hawkeye Title and Settlement, ready to serve you high-quality real estate title and closing services. Oh, and we also love our Iowa football, but we're also happy to assist Cyclone fans too. Hawkeye Title and Settlement of Iowa City and HawkeyeTitle.com. The team you love, the people you trust.
Hit a deer? Call Premier. Premier Automotive in North Liberty is Eastern Iowa's most trusted name in auto body repair. Our premier reputation is built on providing superior customer service, accurate estimates, and high-quality work. Our experienced staff guarantees your vehicle is restored and back on the road in no time. Premier Automotive in North Liberty or online at premierautoiowa.com. Drive safely, but if you hit a deer, call Premier.
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC Iowa City.
Welcome back to Albany, the armbar at the Armory. Teams making their way back and forth from one end to the other, trying to get situated with where they will be wrestling. Getting re-warmed up and ready to go. Hawkeyes taking on the Buffalo Bulls. Head coach John Stutzman. Starting at 125 pounds. Again, either Aiden Harris or Charles Matthews for the Hawkeyes will be taking on Tristan Doherty. He is a junior with a 1-2 record coming into tonight. 133 will see Colin Schriever, the sophomore for the Hawkeyes, taking on either Cole Minnick, a freshman at 0-3, or Mason Bush, a freshman at 1-1. At 141, Drew Bennett gets the nod again for the Hawkeyes. He'll take on Jack Marlowe, a sophomore at 1-4, or Matt Ryan, a sophomore with no record coming into tonight. At 149 pounds, number 7, Max Murin, the senior for Iowa, taking on Caleb Burgess. He is a freshman with a record of 2-3. 157, either Kobe Siebrecht or Caleb Ratchie will be taking on Nick Stampolos. He is a freshman with a record of 1-4. At 165, Patrick Kennedy for the Hawkeyes taking on senior Noah Grover, an 0-1 record on the year for the Bulls. At 174, we'll see who the Hawks send out, either Martinson, maybe Joe Kelly again. We'll see. They'll take on either Joe Nivison or Marcus Petit. At 184, Abe Assad, the junior for Iowa, taking on Giuseppe Hoos, a senior at 4-1. At 197, either Warner or Glazier will be taking on Eli Sharon, a freshman at 2-1, or Sam Mitchell, a junior at 2-1. And we close things out at heavyweight. Tony Cassiope for the Hawks taking on Greg Hodulik, senior with a record of 1-3. November is Men's Health Awareness Month. Urinary and sexual health have a huge impact on your quality of life. UI Healthcare offers confidential, compassionate care for men just like you. Schedule an appointment with a men's health specialist today. Visit uihc.org/urology to learn more. That's uihc.org/urology. Another quick timeout. We'll be back with wrestling from the Armbar at the Armory. You're listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Hey, this is Peter Schrager from the NFL Network's morning show, Good Morning Football. You've also seen me on NFL Sidelines and in studio for Fox Sports on Sunday. Well, I've got a new podcast with iHeart in the NFL, and we're calling it The Season with Peter Schrager. In each episode of this season, I'm going to empty my proverbial notebook and take you inside and behind the scenes on the conversations that happen at the highest levels of NFL franchises. Listen to The Season with Peter Schrager on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hawk fans, stop in and visit Hyatt Regency Coralville Hotel and Conference Center, located in the heart of Iowa River Landing. It's within walking distance to Extreme Arena, home of the Iowa Hawkeye volleyball team, as well as some great restaurants, shopping, and scenic walking trails along the Iowa River. Hyatt Regency Coralville is also the home of the Hawk Talk with Fran McCaffrey radio show. Come find your place at Hyatt Regency, where we care for people so they can be their best.
What's better than having your favorite radio stations, music, and podcasts on demand? Having it all for free. Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
When I'm thinking of a meal with friends or family or a business lunch, I always think of Monica's. I know their huge menu will have something that everyone will like. More importantly to me, you never waste your money because the food is always great. Nothing worse than going out to eat and your money and the occasion is wasted because the food was not great. Monica's is the most consistent restaurant I know. There is a reason why they've won so many awards and are always busy. Try them and see. They appreciate every customer and have a great staff.
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC Iowa City.
High, you feel different. But if you feel different, you drive different. So don't drive high. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to Albany, New York. Again, the Armbar at the Armory, presented by Journeyman Wrestling. Everybody pacing around, waiting for the go-ahead. I believe they said they're going to wait and start right at 8:30 Eastern, so just a couple more minutes, and we'll be ready to go after it. Aiden Harris and Charles Matthews both pacing back and forth, waiting for Terry Brands to give the nod on who's going to go. One of them will be wrestling Tristan Doherty, a junior with a 1-2 record for Buffalo. Didn't see scores. I think heading into the last match on each of them, North Carolina State was leading Central Michigan 23-12. I believe they won that heavyweight match, so 26-12 maybe. And then I believe Illinois won at heavyweight, so they beat Buffalo by a score of 27-9. Buffalo, I think, won just 2 matches. They got a fall and then a decision. A little bit of a lull as they wait for everybody. It's not even the guy they have listed. We'll have to see who's wrestling, because looking at who Illinois wrestled, Pat Adams of Buffalo is not who was listed in our program. So I'm sure James will do a great job and let me know I'm saying the wrong name or not. It is going to be Charles Matthews going for the Hawkeyes. Buffalo, blue and black singlets, blue on the top half, black on the bottom, and then they've got a giant white bowl logo on their back. Buffalo in white across the chest. Whoever this young man is very long and lanky. Looks like he wears about a size 24 waist pants. He is very lean. shakes hands with Charles Matthews, and we are underway here. Snap by Buffalo, but Matthews staying in good position. Had an underhook on the right side, not very deep, didn't go anywhere with it. Matthews hits a nice shot from a non-tie, but that length from Buffalo, he's able to dive back, grab our leg. Charles cuts off, though, double leg, trying to roll through. Buffalo hanging on to our leg, trying to come through the back door against us. This is where Mark will be saying you got to hit solid doubles. Don't let him cut the corner on you. Adams. It is Adams for Buffalo. He's locked through the crotch. Trying to roll Charles Matthews for the Hawkeyes through. Eventually able to slide back around behind far enough. And gets the 2 takedown. Throwing a leg in. Going cross body here. To that far arm, Matthews. Trying to clear out. Ball and chain action right there. Getting a near fall. Climbs back up, Adams does. Let's go with the arms. So he gets the 4 near fall. So just like that, Matthews down by a score of 6-0. Charles rebuilds his base. Adams going to that far arm. Trying to pull him to his back, but they go out of bounds before they get back to the mat. Head back to the center. 6-0 is the lead for Adams of Buffalo. Fresh start from the center. Matthews explodes into a sit-out, but Adams gets back behind the arms, bumps him back down to his base. Working to get that leg thrown in, and does. Matthews reaching back, trying to peel that out. Unable to. Adams goes back to that cross body. Leg in on the right side. Pulling Matthews' left arm. Matthews trying to scoot those hips forward. Pull that arm free. Adams keeping that leg in. Missed the arm. Matthews works up to his feet, tries switching into him, seeing if he can reach back and peel that leg out. But as he does, Adams puts his arm inside and now rolls Matthews over again. Got 2 counts out of it. Still has that far arm, gets the near falls awarded. 8-0 is the lead for Adams of Buffalo against Iowa's Charles Matthews as the first period comes to an end. Hawk fans, experience your home away from home at Coralville's finest all-suite hotels, Homewood Suites and Home 2 Suites by Hilton. Let their warm and friendly staff take care of you and your family when you visit Hawkeye Country. Neutral to begin the second period. I believe that was Matthews' choice. And Charles hit a nice shot, but Adams used his length, out-scrambled him. See if Charles can get something solid here from his feet. Try to work his way back into this match, down 8-0 with 2:06 of riding time against him. Duck attempt there by Adams. Matthews did a good job, felt it coming. Dropped the hips. Comes up with an underhook, front head situation. Both guys down on their knees. Circle back up to their feet. Now non-tie, both guys one hand down on the mat, looking at each other. Come back across now. Charles, left hand on the collar, snap with the right hand by Adams to clear the tie. Matthews again, working to get that inside position on the left side. Reached at the leg, then a little slide-by action by Adams. Charles able to square back up with him. 25 seconds remain here, second period. Be surprised if Adams doesn't choose to go top in the third period, but we'll see. There's Charles. Ooh, a high crotch attempt. Almost grabbed that ankle, but Adams able to kick out of it. And it looks like it will be an 8-0 lead as we go to the third period. Adams does choose down. Matthews looks over, asking Terry Brands if he should go optional start. Terry says ride him for a little bit. Adams into a sit out. Matthews trying to lever the triceps. Stand behind those arms. Adams back into that sit out. Matthews trying to pull that left arm back. Levering again into the triceps. Adams works up to his feet. Matthews around the waist trying to pick him up. See if he can return him back to the mat. Does. Adams, though, working to get that hand control from a sit out. Clears out for the escape. Adams leads 9-0. Matthews gets the riding time down to 1:23, but Charles going to have to get going here from his feet. And looking at the inside position, goes to that high crotch, but Adams felt it, moved out of the way. Now Adams drops for a shot at the same time as Charles. Matthews, front head. Looked like he was going to be in good position, but Adams was able to scramble and square back up. 40 seconds to go here in the match. Matthews down 9-0. Shot by Matthews from a long ways away. Reshot by Charles, head to the inside. Trying to dump him down. It should be two, and he does get it. Matthews stuck right there. Telling Matthews, ride him out here to try to... Oh, and he lets him out with 1:02 of riding time. If he could have rode him out, it would have been a regular decision. Instead, 11-2 is the final score, so the Hawks go down 4-0. Back in 30 seconds, this is Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Local Craft Cellar is open for your game day needs, offering a huge selection of craft beer, wine, and spirits, many Iowa-made favorites. They have the stuff you won't find anywhere else. Carrying one of the best selections of local craft beer in all of Iowa, including those difficult-to-find selections from Pulpit Rock and Dimensional Brewing. Shop Eastern Iowa's best selection of craft beer. Visit 7085 C Avenue Northeast in Cedar Rapids. Please drink responsibly.
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC Iowa City.
Welcome back to the Armbar at the Armory. Stephen Grace saying thanks for joining us. Colin Schriever for the Hawkeyes in on a shot right now. Elevates up, comes across and covers the hips 4-2. Didn't hear who they announced this was, either Cole Minnick or Mason Bush. Either way, Schriever with the 2-0 lead. The Hawks trail 4-0. Optional start by Schriever. Lets him out. Snaps, reaches for the leg. Couldn't get it. Another big snap. Minute gone by here, first period. Schriever a 2-1 lead. Head to the outside high crotch to the left side, gets around to the other ankle and finishes for 2. Schriever, 4-1 is the lead now. Going to work. That chicken wing on the left side. Schriever trying to find a way to run this wing. He's got it in tight, but he can't reach that far wrist. They're right on the edge of the mat as well. Out of bounds. Head back to the center. This is Mason Bush for Buffalo. So he sprints back to the center, gets set. Schriever's going to go optional start. Leading 4-1 with 1:20 to go. 45 seconds of riding time. So that'll make it 4-2 now. Schriever, collar tie, a couple of fakes. Clear the tie, come back across, snap. Right hand on the collar again. Now goes each guy with a double wrist. Now Schriever goes to a 2-on-1. Bush clears out of that. There's a nice head to the inside, high crotch again by Schriever. Up to his feet, somersault attempt by Bush, and Schriever just stuffed him right to the mat. Covered him, and then gets around behind for the 2. Goes right back to that wing. Coming around on the left side, working for that far wrist. Seeing if he can run it. As he's trying to move forward with it, he's just sliding him on that mat. Final 15 seconds here of the first period. And it looks like Schriever will get a stall call against Bush. And he will take a 6-2 lead into the second period with 1:23 of riding time. What do you call an Enlist E3 soybean with elite germplasm? Introducing Pioneer brand A-Series Enlist E3 soybeans featuring Pioneer's high-performance genetics like no other. Talk to your local Pioneer sales representative to learn more about these exclusive varieties. Schriever starts down to begin the second period. Explodes up to his feet, out for the escape. Bush drops in for a shot from a non-tie. Double leg cuts off to the single. Schriever does a good job, gets the hips back. Front head, now tries circling around, goes to a far ankle, and drives through for the 2 takedown. Good defense by Schriever, and then didn't settle for just fighting that shot off. He comes right back through and drives across for the takedown. Keeping a toe in as they're right on the edge of the mat. Arm on the back. Now they'll slide out of bounds. 1:25 to go. Second period. Schriever up 9-2. Looks over at Terry Brands, says optional. Terry says your call. Schriever's going to go optional start. Bush up to his feet. Squares up right away. Schriever taps, goes to that head to the outside high crotch, gets up over the waist for 2 more. Good explosion right there by Cullen. Some good hustle. I mean, it's one thing to set that shot up and hit it, but to hustle and follow through the rest of the way, sometimes that's what is a little lacking from guys. Cullen goes right back to work. Chicken wing on the left, trying to get the half on the right, trying to find the wrist on the right, trying to find anything to post on that right side so he can stop Bush from sliding around underneath there. 40 seconds to go in the second. Schriever on top, 11-3. There's a stall call. I'll make it 12-3 now. Schriever loses the wing. It's the arm on the back, though. Arm bar, scooping the head with the elbow. Back behind the arm. And he will finish the ride out for the period. 12-3 will be the lead as we go to the third. Start of the third. Bush for Buffalo starts down. Optional start by Cullen Schriever. That'll make it 12-4. Big snap by Schriever. Comes back, head to the inside. Dumps down for 2 more. Right away, lets him up out for the escape. Makes it 14-5. Takes a shot. Reshot by Bush. Down block into a front headlock by Schriever. Right on the edge of the mat. Cullen trying to find his way to circle around. They go out of bounds. Head back to the center. Back to action in the center. 1.5 to go in the match. 14-5 is the lead for Iowa's Cullen Schriever. Goes back to that high crotch. Elevates. Trying to limp arm out from a Wizard. Can't do so, but steps all the way across and covers. Now he'll just use that Wizard to his advantage, try to control that wrist. Couldn't get anywhere with it, so he just cuts him. 16-6 is the lead for Schriever. Dropped levels, couldn't get anywhere. Comes right back in on that high crotch. Gets up over the hips for 2. Right away, comes back out front, cuts him. Drops right back in on a shot. Dumps him the other way this time. Cuts him. 20-8 is the lead. Schriever with a shot. Missed a little bit, and then a reshot there by Bush. Schriever in a front headlock situation. They go out of bounds, head back to the center. Stall warning on Bush for fleeing out of bounds. Makes it 21-8. So another takedown in the last 25 seconds, and Schriever will get the tech fall, and he gets it right there, and that'll do it. Puts the Hawkeyes on top by a score of 5-4. Back in 30 seconds. This is Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Hit a deer? Call Premier. Premier Automotive in North Liberty is Eastern Iowa's most trusted name in auto body repair. Our premier reputation is built on providing superior customer service, accurate estimates, and high-quality work. Our experienced staff guarantees your vehicle is restored and back on the road in no time. Premier Automotive in North Liberty or online at premierautoiowa.com. Drive safely, but if you hit a deer, call Premier.
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC Iowa City.
We move to 141 pounds. Stephen Grace at the armbar at the Armory in Albany, New York. Drew Bennett for the Hawkeyes. Waiting to see who they announce here for Buffalo, either Jack Marlowe or Matt Ryan. Shot by Buffalo. Couldn't hang on to the leg. Reshot by Bennett. Couldn't get it. And then a reshot by Buffalo, and he gets around behind and takes Drew Bennett down. So Bennett trails by a score of 2-0. Go out of bounds, head back to the center. Bennett working for that hand control as he gets up to his feet. Buffalo picks him up and throws him back down. Bennett at his base still. Into a sit out, gets to his feet. Buffalo runs him out of bounds, head back to the center. 1 minute off the clock. Bennett trailing 2-0. Bennett able to keep his hand control that time. Scoots the hips away. Did you hear who they said? Matt Ryan, it sounds like, for Buffalo is the guy. Brian Hazard doing the PA here. Bennett down 2-1 after he gets his escape. Minute 20 to go here in the first period. Ooh, nice shot into an ankle pick there by Ryan, and he takes Bennett down again. Bennett finds himself down by a score of 4-1. Remember, last match, he was behind by a score of 8-2. Came back to win 12-8. The best way to go about trying to win a wrestling match, but you can use your gas tank, do what you can. Just keep fighting, keep chipping away here. 4-1 is the deficit for the Hawkeye Bennett. Inside of a minute to go, Ryan of Buffalo does have the riding time. Bennett rolls through, almost gets caught there on his back. Back over to his base. They circle out of bounds, head back to the center. And a whistle from a different mat caused a false start, so neither guy gets cautioned. Bennett trying to find that hand control. Up to his feet. On the edge. Squares up into a body lock situation. Keeps circling. Gets the escape. He's down 4-2. Drops in on a shot, but they go out of bounds. Head back to the center. 26 seconds to go. Bennett dropped to a knee looking for that high crotch. Ryan, though, sensed it coming, stepped back. Bennett with a snap. Circles back towards the center. Reaches for that high crotch attempt. Can't get it. Period will come to an end. Bennett down by a score of 4-2. Dodge Street Tire and Auto, locally owned and operated, has been voted best of the area for the 10th consecutive year. Proudly supports Hawkeye Wrestling. Trust Dodge Street Tire for honest auto repair and the best deals on Goodyear and Toyo tires. Dodge Street Tire and Auto, celebrating over 30 good years on the corner of Dodge and Church Streets. Bennett starts down to begin the second period. Up to his feet, hand control, escape. Makes the score 4-3 now. Drops for that shot, couldn't get it, and then re-penetrates and gets both ankles for the 2. Went for that same high crotch he tried a couple of times. Missed, but as he came out, he exploded right back in and grabbed both ankles and got the 2. So that puts him on top by a score of 5-4. Does have 131 of riding time against him. Ryan for Buffalo into a tripod right off the whistle. Bennett bumps him forward. Now we've got blood time, it looks like. Bloody nose for Ryan. Main Street Sweets has been serving great ice cream and food in the heart of downtown West Branch for over 10 years, offering great burgers, tenderloins, cheese balls, and more, along with many awesome ice cream treats. Order online, call ahead, or stop in to visit Main Street Sweets, owned and operated by my wife Jessica and me, on the web at mainstreetsweetswb.com. 5-4 is the lead for Iowa's Drew Bennett. Does have riding time against him, but he's trying to chip away at that. Here in the second period, Hawks on top 5-4. Charles Matthews losing by an 11-2 major decision. 23-8 technical fall for Colin Schriever at 133. And a minute and a half to go here, second period. Bennett with the lead and got a 1 count. Rolled him all the way through, held him there for 1 on the tilt, but couldn't keep him there for more than that. So they go out of bounds, head back to the center. Terry Brands telling him just keep him a little more control there as you roll him through. That time off the whistle, Bennett, good forward pressure, drives Ryan down to the mat. Ryan trying to arch the back. See if he can scoot those hips forward. Bennett looking for a wrist either way. Now tripod. Bennett bumps him back down to his base, right on the edge of the mat. Drives him out of bounds, head back to the center. Five-4 is the lead. 54 seconds remain. 42 seconds is the riding time and ticking down now, so Bennett has erased that. Rolling through. Right on the edge of the mat, now a tripod. Bennett goes into that claw ride. Ryan into a sit-out. His feet touch to the hardwood. They go out of bounds, head back to the center. Head back to the center once more. 36 seconds remain in the second. Ryan explodes up to his feet. Bennett drives him forward, and again, we're right to the edge of the mat. Bennett throwing that deep waist, trying to pull Ryan back towards the center a little bit. Will be Ryan's choice in the third period as Bennett looks like he's got a chicken wing thrown in. The scores table and the video review board all right there, the scoreboard. Period will wind down, and Bennett takes a 5-4 lead into the third. Gonna go neutral here in the third period. And right off the whistle, Bennett hits a shot, stumbles a little bit. Ryan circling around behind and drives through, still can't get to that other leg. Bennett doing the splits right on the edge of the mat, trying to push him away. Now reaches back, trying to hip in. Ryan reaching across to that far ankle, but trying to stay in bounds. Bennett looked like it was a good shot, but his foot got caught or he slipped or something and basically fell down. And that allowed Ryan to get in on a shot, and now he's able to finish across to the far ankle. Gets the takedown, so that'll make it 6-5 in favor of Ryan. 1:17 to go in the third. Riding time not a factor. Bennett gets set. Ryan says he wants to go optional start. Bennett up and out for the escape, so we're tied up at 6. Minute 13 to go. Big snap. Nice shot there, and then Bennett does a great job. Snapped a shot attempt there by Ryan from Buffalo, and as he hit that shot, Bennett slid him by and gets around behind and lassos up the ankles and gets the 2. 8-6 is the lead with a minute 3 to go. Tripod by Ryan. Bennett drives him forward all the way to the edge of the mat. Slide out of bounds, head back to the center. Ryan gets resituated. Bennett covers. Ryan for Buffalo on his knees. Trying to crawl forward. Bennett trying to keep him in bounds. He flattens him down. Slides out of bounds. Nope. We got blood time again. Iowa Style Apparel is your stop for all things Hawkeye. Get the latest looks for Hawk fans of all ages, including an expansive Hawkeye wrestling section. Shop online at iowastyleapparel.com or visit their store on Edgewood Road Southwest in Cedar Rapids. Iowa Style Apparel, your home for all things Hawkeye. Also, for the Iowa City Wrestling Town USA, shirts just done today, and you can go to their website. I just jumped on during a commercial break. They've got t-shirts and sweatshirts that you can order. Pretty cool logo, pretty awesome, and it's the official shirt for the World Cup. Again, that's all at iowastyleapparel.com. After the blood gets cleaned up, sit-out attempt by Ryan from the restart. Bennett drops down, drives him out of bounds, head back to the center. 26 seconds remains here in regulation. 8-6 is the lead for Drew Bennett. Another sit out right in the center by Ryan. Bennett drops down between the legs, tries to pick him up. They run out of bounds, head back to the center. John Stutzman of Buffalo trying to encourage his sophomore to come up with something big here. That's that switch again. Comes up into a body lock situation. They slide out of bounds, head back to the center. 12 seconds on the clock. 56 seconds towards riding time for Bennett as well. Another sit out. Bennett gets his riding time up over a minute. And Drew Bennett is going to get the come from behind win by a score of 9-6. Hawks go up 8-4. This is Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Hit a deer? Call Premier. Premier Automotive in North Liberty is Eastern Iowa's most trusted name in auto body repair. Our premier reputation is built on providing superior customer service, accurate estimates, and high-quality work. Our experienced staff guarantees your vehicle is restored and back on the road in no time. Premier Automotive in North Liberty or online at premierautoiowa.com. Drive safely, but if you hit a deer, call Premier.
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC Iowa City.
Welcome back to Albany, New York, the Armbar at the Armory, presented by Journeyman Wrestling. 149 pounds for the Hawkeyes, number 7, Max Murin, taking on Caleb Burgess, freshman with a 2-3 record. Hawks on top by a score of 8-4 in the team score. This mat that we're wrestling on is there's Murin, backs up just a half step and then drops in on a sweep, shelves the leg, trying to reach across to that far ankle, and lassos it in right before they go out of bounds. Just getting ready to say this is a freestyle mat, so you've got the white ring around the outside that signifies you're close to out of bounds. And Murin was able to keep his feet in that white part and hang on to those ankles. Burgess explodes up to his feet. It's a standing switch, squares back up with Max. Max drops in on the leg. Tried to elevate, but they slide out of bounds. And back to the center. Murin on top, 2-0. Burgess set. Murin covers. Burgess into a tripod. Max goes into that claw. Trying to kick that near ankle out. Now hops around to the other side. Trying to get that arm up onto the back. Dropping back to the ankle, trying to drive the hips forward. Now looking to cut him. Burgess looked to turn back in, so Max drives into a double leg, drives him out of bounds. Head back to the center, no change. Murin going to go optional start, it looks like. On the restart, he leads 2-0. Minute 40 to go, I believe that says. Yep, 1:41 to go with 40 seconds of riding time for Max. There's the escape, makes it 2-1. Big snap by Murin into a front headlock, gets around to a leg, keeps coming around the rest of the way and covers for 2. Murin looking to go to that 3/4 like Alex Marinelli used to always do. Couldn't get it, so he comes out front and lets Burgess go. Burgess drops for a shot. Murin sprawls back. 4-2 is the lead for Max. Another snap. Shot from a long ways away by Burgess, and Murin, a cagey veteran, just sprawls back, stuffs that head to the mat, and circles back around behind for 2. Comes out front, lets him out again. 6-3. 45 seconds to go in the first. Murin, sweep attempt, reshot by Burgess, reshot by Murin. Trying to get around with that front head, but he's got that elbow trapped, but he steps all the way around the ankle. Covers. Goes back to that 3/4, seeing if he can run it over. Could not. Burgess was hanging on to his hand there. So now Max going to work on a near wrist on the right side as he hops back over this way. Trying to get that arm up onto the back with 20 seconds to go. Having a hard time getting that arm onto the back. Also having a hard time keeping those hips busted down. So Max hops to the other side, and he will take an 8-3 lead into the second period. Score big savings. Shop online at HyVeeDeals.com. Hy-Vee is proud to support Hawkeye Wrestling. Murin's choice. He'll start down to begin the second. Keeps the elbow back, up to his feet. Pushes the hands down below the hip. Squares up and gets out for the escape. 9-3 is the lead now for Murin. Shot attempt there by Burgess. He gets to Max's ankle. Max trying to kick away, somehow scrambling here. Comes out with the leg. Burgess scrambles back around behind, and Max is able to kick away. It looked like he had Max dead to rights, but Murin able to somehow defend that and kick away from it. Another shot there by Burgess from the edge of the mat. Max front head circles around. They go out of bounds. No points. Murin leads 9-3. That's 1:16 on the clock here, second period. Burgess looks like he lost a contact. Gets it put back in. Back underway here. Here in a minute 34 of riding time and a 9-3 lead. Burgess comes across looking for an underhook. Max clears out of that. Max drops in. Sweep attempt, grabs both ankles. Burgess dives over top, grabbing our ankle. Max trying to sit back in, see if he can stack him up for that neutral danger. Still no neutral danger. Each guy hanging onto the other. Going to stalemate it. .42 seconds on the clock on the restart here. That inside position on the left-handed collar. Burgess posted on our head, pushing us away. Max, big snap. Burgess tries to dive in on our leg. Max stuffs him all the way to the mat and circles around behind for another two. 15 seconds remain here, second period. And it looks like Murin will take an 11-3 lead into the third as he comes out front trying to get that gable arm bar. Couldn't quite get the arm up onto the back. Well, we go to the third. Burgess's choice. I believe he'll start down. Murin looks over and wants to go optional start. Burgess up to his feet. Turned and actually dropped, changed levels, got Murin to sprawl. Now Max 2-on-1, sweeps one way, can't get it, comes back the other way, seeing if he can get a cradle locked in. Could not, but he gets back around behind the hips for the 2-point takedown. So then he comes right back out front. Burgess staying on his knees. Murin with the escape, gives up the escape. 13-5, right on the edge of the mat. Murin shoots right on the edge. See, he's got the leg. Burgess, though, dove back over the top. Max trying to drive in, see if he can get neutral danger. No, he cannot yet. He's got both legs, but Burgess has got our ankle. They're going to stalemate it. 1:12 on the clock, third period. 13-5 is the lead. Back to the center. Restart on our feet. Both guys drop at the same time for a shot. Murin into a front headlock. Circling. Burgess throws that out. Grabs onto our legs. Max Just stuffing him with the hips right here. Going to get a stalemate. 38 on the clock. Both guys again drop at the same time. Burgess got our ankle, but Max able to get the legs back. Goes back into that front headlock again and gets around behind the hips. 2 more. 15-5 is the lead for Murin. Comes out front trying to get the other arm up onto the back. And doesn't look like he's going to be able to. Does get a stall call. He gets the arm up in the back. Tried to roll him over, but time had run out. 0.4 riding time, 16-5, major decision. Hawks on top, 12-4. This is Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Making a move from the outhouse to the penthouse? Do you have property your brothers need help with transferring ownership? Do you love everything Hawkeye from Kinnick to Carver? Then you'll want to talk with us. Hi, this is Steve Anderson with Hawkeye Title and Settlement, ready to serve you high-quality real estate title and closing services. Oh, and we also love our Iowa football, but we're also happy to assist Cyclone fans too. Hawkeye Title and Settlement of Iowa City and HawkeyeTitle.com. The team you love, the people you trust.
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC Iowa City.
Welcome back to Albany, New York. We move to 157 pounds. Caleb Ratchey for the Hawkeyes, taking on Nick Stampelos, freshman with a 1-4 record for Buffalo. Ratchey losing his match earlier today, 8-4, against Nick Palumbo. Looks like Kobe Seabrecht going to get the nod at 165 in this match, this dual meet. As he's still warming up, and Patrick Kennedy just sitting up on the bench. Just a situation of getting guys some mat time. 1 minute gone by, no score here. Ratchey for the Hawkeyes. Stampelos for Buffalo. Bobby Telford all the way out on the mat, upset because Stampelos getting heavy with those clubs. It's second or third Buffalo wrestler that's been doing it. It's one thing to be wrestling hard-nosed. It's another to make it a boxing match. But if you're Caleb Ratchey, you got to take that to heart and say, you know what? I'm just going to start kicking your butt on the wrestling mat. He's bobbing. Ratchey has to bob and weave out there because Stampelos is basically clubbing him in the head. Terry Brand's letting the referee know he's got to put a stop to this. Ratchey, left-handed collar tie here. "35 seconds remains here. First period, no score. Ratchey working a wrist, trying to find an opening. Snap by Caleb. A lot of leaning here so far between these two. Hand fighting. I don't think either guy's even thought about the legs in this first period. And it will be scoreless. Molly's Cupcakes, proudly serving their cookies and treats inside Kinnick Stadium and Carver Hawkeye Arena. For a taste of unique flavors you'll love, stop by their downtown Iowa City location for homemade cupcakes, cookies, cakes, bars, and coffee drinks. Molly's Cupcakes, a proud supporter of the Iowa Hawkeyes. Ratchey's choice, and he explodes out in just barely 1 second to get the escape. There's a shot attempt by Stampelos. Ratchey able to throw his legs back into a front headlock. Tries to throw that by and drives through for the 2-point takedown. Kind of funny, when you actually wrestle, then good things, well, happen for us, not for you. Minute and a half to go here. 3-0 is the lead for Rachi. Right on the edge of the mat. Right in Matt Nelson's lap over there. Rachi keeping a toe in bounds, continuing to ride here. They slide out the rest of the way. Gotta say, Matt Nelson, Bobby Telford, and I, all three same wavelength, wearing the new Hawkeye black with white stripes Nike polo that we got this year. Great minds think alike is what they say. Restart in the center for Rachi. Inside of a minute to go here, second period. Rachi for the Hawkeyes, a 3-0 lead, approaching a minute of riding time. Working a deep waist on the right side, now switching off to a wrist. Capping an ankle. Stampelos builds back up to his base. Trying to get into that tripod. Rachi goes into that claw ride. Trying to run him forward, now trying to suck him back, now trying to run him forward. They get to the edge. Rachi trying to drop his hips to pick him up, but they go out of bounds, head back to the center. 20 seconds to go, second period. 1:19 of riding time now for the Hawkeye, Caleb Rachi. Another tripod. Now Rachi comes around, throws in a leg in, and gets him flattened down. Well, that will be a 3-0 lead for Caleb as we go to the third period. And Caleb will have a minute 39 of riding time. Stampelos choosing neutral. Let's see if Rachi can get another takedown here. Or at least withstand the clubs to the head and not get knocked out. Again, he's literally bobbing and weaving out there. I mean, he has to avoid these. Like I say, it's one thing to be aggressive. There's a nice ankle pick. Cuts off to the double for the 2. It's one thing to be a physical wrestler. It's another thing to just be boxing out there. And really surprised that referee hasn't been calling that. Either way, Rachi has a 5-0 lead now. Over 2 minutes of riding time as we approach a minute to go in the match. Hawks on top 12-4 in the team score. Slide out, head back to the center. Stampelos gets reset. Rachi covers, drives him forward. Going a leg in, going to that cross face. Stampelos hipping down. On that left side, there's a stall call on Stampelos. Rachi now going to the near wrist, trying to pull it back. .30 seconds to go now. Stampelos up to his base. Rachi looking to bump him back down. They run out of bounds, head back to the center with 16 seconds to go. Rachi, 2:57 of riding time. Comes around trying to throw that leg in, and Stampelos catches it. We're still circling around. Stampelos hanging on to our leg. We're around on the side, trying to drive into him. We fight it off. We will get the 6-0 win Hawks up 15-4, back in 30. This is Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
We all love a good win. Catching up with friends, saving money at the pump, soaking up the perfect Iowa day, sitting down to a really, really good meal. These are the everyday delights that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the wins that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the crop they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win. Learn more about how to share your own wins at iowacorn.org/Iowans win.
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC Iowa City.
Welcome back to Albany, New York. 165 pounds. Kobe Siebrecht bumping up for the Hawkeyes. Taking on Noah Grover for Buffalo. Hawks on top 15-4. Right off the whistle, both guys into a collar tie, and then they just kind of stand there and look at each other. There's Kobe, hits a sweep attempt, can't get anywhere with it, comes up with an underhook. Those double unders now, seeing if he can horse it up. Inside trip action from Grover off of that overhook situation, and he takes him over. Kobe Siebrecht still hasn't given up the takedown. Now he's trying to get back around the side, rolling through, and then he's going to come out on top and get Grover to his back. He's got 2, he's got 4 count. He's got a 6-point throw there. Wow. Double unders for Siebrecht, double overs for Grover. Grover is trying to do inside trip action. Almost took us and pancaked us, but Siebrecht was able to roll through the rest of the way. Eventually came out on the side, kind of awkward. Grover still trying to push him back to his back, and Siebrecht was able to adjust and comes through with the 6-point move to take a 6-0 lead. 1:40 to go here, first period. Tripod by Grover. Siebrecht dropped down to the ankle, got a 4 count. Now goes looking for that 2-on-1. Grover into a sit-out. Kobe pushes him back over to his base, trying to get that left arm on the back. Now looking for a wrist on the right side. 1 minute to go, first period. Tony, did you teach him some of that? Tony Cassiope agrees. It felt like one of his boxing matches from when he was a kid. He was proud of Rachi, though. Bob and weave. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. 46 seconds left as they go out of bounds, get a fresh start from the center. Kobe Siebrecht for the Hawkeyes, bumping up to 165 for this match. Leads by a score of 6-0. Trying to suck back there. Gonna pull him all the way back. Now driving forward, reaching to that far arm. Grover, though, able to drop his elbow back in. Siebrecht drops to the ankle. Runs him back down, though. Interesting. Yeah, Grover in this situation keeping his elbow back like you normally see guys do when they're trying to keep a leg out, but he's trying to keep Siebrecht from getting that arm across to reach to his far arm. Period comes to an end. 6-0 is the lead for Kobe. The holiday season is approaching fast. Visit your local Iowa Lottery retailer for some holiday scratch tickets today. Then enter your non-winners in the VIP club for a chance to win big cash prizes up to $100,000. Visit ialottery.com for details. 6-0 lead, 2:21 of riding time for Kobe Siebrecht. Start of the second period. He begins down, gets up to his feet, gets out within 5 seconds, so he now leads 7-0. To action on our feet. Again, Siebrecht came through a scramble after he had double unders, and Grover tried to throw him and double overs. Slide by action by Kobe. Couldn't get around with an angle. Looking for that ankle pick, but Grover steps back out of it. Taps the head. Grover comes back across, over-under situation. Kobe trying to be smart here, knowing that that's where Grover likes to be. He's able to clear out of it. Grover with that underhook on the right side. Kobe clears up out of that. Circles back towards the center. Big snap. Taps the head a couple of times. Now comes across, left hand into the collar. 45 remains, second period. Kobe Siebrecht a 7-0 lead, 2:16 of riding time. Drops, swipes at the ankle, looking for that pick, but wasn't able to control Grover enough to keep him in place. There he does get ahead to the inside shot. Trying to cut off. Grover hipping in hard, though. Grover using that 8 pounds to his advantage. Siebrecht trying to suck this in, see if he can find an angle. Inside of 5 seconds, though, and he's going to run out of time. So it will be 7-0 as we go to the third. Grover for Buffalo's choice. He's going to go neutral. Shot by Grover. Siebrecht trying to roll him through. Almost gave up neutral danger there for a second. Trying to hang on with that hands locked through the crotch and holding on to the head with his legs, and they will get the stalemate. Fresh start with 1:37 to go. Terry Brands reminding Kobe Siebrecht to keep your feet moving. Kobe tried throwing an underhook on the right side, couldn't get it. Big snap there by Grover. Kobe steps heavy with that right foot. And Grover comes back across, going to that over-under body lock situation. Let's go with the body lock as Kobe keeping those hips back and that left hand down on the mat. Kobe trying to circle here as Grover goes back to that over-under body lock. Right on the edge of the mat. Grover trying to see if he can get into double unders. Stall warning on Siebrecht for backing out of bounds. 48 seconds remains here in the third. Siebrecht a 7-0 lead plus riding time. Tries a slide by, but couldn't get there. Slide by Grover. Square back up. There's a snap by Grover. Shot attempt by Siebrecht as he dives in. Grover trying to get around behind, but Siebrecht able to hustle. Gets himself into a head to the inside shot. Grover stuffing the head with his hips, reaching back, grabbing our ankle. Siebrecht still trying to drive through, see if he can elevate here. Grover sitting on our head, just driving in, trying to fight this off. There he hips us, tries to flatten us over. Kobe Siebrecht will get an 8-0 major decision. Puts the Hawkeyes on top 19-4. This is Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Hi, Hawkeye fans. My name is Denali.
And I'm Briley.
We're still members of your Iowa Hawkeye softball team. During the offseason, conditioning is number one.
At Iowa City Tire and Service, they keep our cars in top running condition year-round.
And they treat their customers like family. Find them at 410 Kirkwood Avenue or online at ictire.com. Proud sponsors of Hawkeye softball.
Iowa City Tire and Service, where service actually comes first.
Go Hawks! Woohoo!
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC Iowa City.
Welcome back to the Armbar at the Armory. Stephen Grace in Albany, New York. 174 pounds. Joe Kelly gets the nod again for the Hawkeyes, taking on Marcus Petit, I believe. Sophomore with a 1-2 record. Shot by Petit. Kelly fights it off. Now Kelly comes across, trying to horse in an underhook. Couldn't get anywhere with it. Petit working that inside position on the right side. Kelly now tries to climb into a 2-on-1. Looking to pop that head off to the other side. Couldn't get there, clears out of it. And Joe has that right hand on the inside position for the caller. Approaching a minute gone by here. In the first period, no score. Hawks lead 19-4. Major decision for Buffalo in the opening match. Adams over Charles Matthews. And then tech fall, decision, and major decision for the Hawkeyes. Kelly wrestled earlier and got a 17-7 major decision. Bumping up to 174 pounds. .125 to go now, first period. Guys just feeling each other out here. Hand fighting, not a lot of leg actions. There's a shot by Kelly. Underhook throw by on the reshot there by Petit. Either guy able to touch the leg. Kelly circles, taps, now comes back across again. Teat throwing the underhook on the left side. Kelly clears out of that, circles towards the center. A little concerned. Kelly tapping that head, and he's coming in kind of standing straight up and down. If Petit can sense that, he can drop in and just hit a double leg pretty easily. Joe's got to keep his hands down, his knees bent. .15 to go here, first period, no score at 174 pounds. And it will be no score as we head to period number 2. Hawkeye football team is bowl eligible. Sign up to automatically receive official bowl travel information at hawkeyesports.com/bowl central. When the game is announced, you'll immediately receive information on game tickets, air travel, and hotel. That's hawkeyesports.com/bowl central, presented by Travel Leaders Destinations Unlimited, Iowa's official bowl tour. Teat starts down for Buffalo to begin the second period. Quickly up to his feet, out for the escape. 1-0 is the lead now for the Buffalo Bowl. Petit over Iowa's Joe Kelly. Kelly tapped the head, stepped like he was going for the shot, but couldn't follow through the rest of the way. Kelly doing a decent job hand fighting here. He just hasn't been able to create an opening to find those legs. There's Kelly hitting a double leg. Can't get it. Comes up, double unders. Wasn't comfortable there. Switches off underhook. Tries to throw it by. Couldn't get to the leg. Moving his feet pretty well. Comes across into that collar tie. Petit swipes at the leg. Clear the tie. Now they come back across. 25 seconds to go, second period. Kelly trailing by a score of 1-0. And that looks like it will be our score as we go to period number 3. Kelly trailing 1-0. Kelly's choice. He's going to start down. Petit got out in about 5 seconds. Caution on Kelly for starting early. Fresh start again. Kelly tried to explode up. Petit trapped that wrist, bumped him down. Kelly into a tripod, trying to get that hand control. Looking to peel those hands free. Petit picks him up, throws him back to the mat. Kelly lands at his base, back up into that tripod. Tries switching back into him. Petit continuing that forward pressure. And Kelly all the way out of bounds. Petit keeping a toe in. Kelly up to his feet. Petit around the waist, picks him up way high in the air and throws him back down. Minute 15 to go. Kelly in danger of giving up the riding time point here. Just got to work to get out from underneath. Over on the edge of the mat, there is the riding time up over a minute. Well, right at 59 as they go out of bounds. 55 seconds remain. Kelly gets set. Covers. Kelly. Giving up some size out there and just having a hard time getting out from underneath. Got to get that hand control. He's got to scoot those hips a little bit quicker. He's got to get a hustle going on. And down to 15 seconds left. Kelly gets flattened down. And it looks like Kelly will come up short, gets up to his feet, and gets thrown back down to the mat again. He's going to lose 2-0. 19-7 is the lead for the Hawkeyes. Back with more right after this. This is Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
What if there was a place where you could listen to all the radio stations, music, and podcasts you love? And what if that place was free? Well, we couldn't find it, so we made it. Download our free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC, Iowa City.
184 pounds. Abe Assad for the Hawkeyes taking on Giuseppe Hoos for Buffalo. Hawks on top 19-7. Assad hits a sweep attempt. Now switches off head to the inside, trying to elevate with it. Hoos locked around our chest. Abe cuts off to the double leg. Can't quite finish through. Comes back across head to the inside. Stepping over the ankle. Who's still locked around our chest. Abe looking to elevate with it. Now tries to cut off to that double again. Who's still locked around our chest. Abe still on that leg. Just can't quite get around as Hoos has got that chest lock in. Now Abe's able to break that grip. Drops down to the ankle. Elevates it high. Now dumps it down. Cuts across to the other ankle for 2. Nobody ever said it was going to be easy what you got to the leg. You're going to have to work for it. They go out of bounds, head back to the center. 2:09 on the clock, first period. 2-0 is the lead for Assad. Hawks lead 19-7 in the team score. Tripod from Hoos. Up to his feet. Assad pulls him back down to the mat. Into his base. Abe goes into that claw ride to that far side. Tripod now as they get up to their feet. Step out of bounds, head back to the center. 1:52 remains, first period. Tripod up to his feet is Hoos. Assad into that claw, bumps him to his base. Hoos back up to his feet. Abe can't get control, so he just lets him out for the escape, makes it 2-1. Half attempt there by Hoos, reshot by Abe. Couldn't get all the way around behind. Switches off, though. He's to a single leg, couldn't get it. Comes up to their feet as Hoos was able to square up. Hip into Abe. Assad working an underhook on the left side. Now snaps to clear out of the tie. Minute to go, first period. Assad with a 2-1 lead, excuse me. Assad putting up a double collar tie right there. Now he just snaps, drops in, and grabs both ankles and drives him to his butt for 2. See, I don't agree with that count right there. They're counting even though Hoos is locked around our chest. So we can't advance anywhere, but the referee's still counting it. So Abe finally lets go, and they stop the count. But that's just, it's one of those idiotic rules that they have to legislate everything so the refs don't have any sort of subjectivity. It's black or white, this is the rule, so it has to be done that way. Final seconds tick away. 4-1 will be the lead for Assad as we go to the second period. Hoos for Buffalo's choice. He'll start, Assad's choice, so he'll start down. Abe, no real move from the bottom. Keeping that elbow back. Now works up to his feet, hand control out for the escape. 5-1 Assad's lead, plus he's got 1:18 of riding time. Now nice little snatch right there to his left side, trips him across for 2. 7-1 Assad on top now. Now he's going to intentionally release Hoos for Buffalo. Makes it 7-2. Double leg attempt there by Warner, but Hoos kept the arms down, cleared it out. Drops back into that snatch. Elevates, reaches across, trips him down. Able to hang on to the other ankle for another 2. Now Abe, far side cradle, bringing it back. Got a 2 count at least. Rolls all the way through. Gives him an 11-2 lead now. 30 seconds remain. Looking for that far side cradle again. Couldn't get it, so he lets him out. 11-3, 25 seconds to go. Snap, snatch to the other leg, dumps him down, and covers for 2. Abe's found something working for him here. 2 snatches to the left, 1 snatch to the right. And he'll have a 13-3 lead as we go into the third period. Now it will be Hoos's choice. He's going to choose down. (13-3), 2:25 riding time for Abe Assad. Hawks lead 19-7. Abe lets Hoos out for the escape, makes it 13-4. Dropped like he was going to go ankle pick one way, comes back to the other side, gets to the ankle, and then scoots the hips around and finishes around behind for 2. Quickly lets him up for the escape. There is another shot by Abe, head to the outside, trying to pop that arm off. Again, that chest lock by Hoos, but Saad able to keep driving forward. Gives him a 17-5 lead. Intentionally releases, 17-6. 1 minute to go. Snap by Assad. Back across, left hand into that collar. Drops in, double, can't get there, but switches off to the head of the inside single. Hooking that ankle. Drives through and finds that other ankle for 2 more. Right away just pushes him down. Lets him up for the escape. Snap into a shot for Abe. Stumbled a little bit. Hoos able to get his hips back, but Abe able to scramble back. Gets right back to the leg. Hanging onto the ankle. Hoos turns back, tries to square up, and Abe just dives onto him for the 2. 20 seconds left. Cut him, get 1 more, or ride him out. Either way, it's a tech fall. It looks like he's going to ride him out. And that is going to do it. Over 3 minutes of riding time. Abe Assad will get himself to a 22-7 tech fall. Hawks up 24-7, back in 30. This is Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Okay, close your eyes and imagine.
Well, unless you're driving.
Yes, imagine you bought a scratch ticket from the Iowa Lottery.
Or someone gave you one.
Yes, right. And you scratch, and you've won.
One big.
Yes, in fact, there are 13 holiday games with big cash prizes. And if you don't win, play it again. You can still win up to $100,000 in the VIP club.
But you have to enter and see rules and complete details at ialottery.com/VIP.
Yes. Thank you.
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC Iowa City.
Back in Albany, we move to 197 pounds. Jacob Warner for the Hawkeyes. Sam Mitchell, a junior with a 2-1 record. And quick takedown by Jacob Warner. Looks like Luke Eustace would like this one. Warner and Mitchell could be entrants in the mustache and beard competition that he was trying to get to come to Coralville. Warner, optional start, lets him out, gets right back in on the leg, reaches across and grabs the other ankle for 2 more. So quick 4-1 lead for Jacob. And right away he already looks, says we're going optional start. .26 seconds off the clock, 2 takedowns, and 8 seconds of riding time for Jacob Warner. And Jacob, short drag, gets around behind, drops between the crotch, picks him up and dumps him down for 2. .62 is the lead now for Warner. Number 2 ranked 97-pounder in the country. And Jacob and Tony Cassiope will be heading down to Austin, Texas on Tuesday for the All-Star Classic from the NWCA. Warner going to go optional start again. There's the escape. 6-3. And there's another low single attempt by Warner. Gets up over the hips for 2 more. 8-3. Stuffs the head, lets him out for the escape. 8-4. 1:50 to go in the first. Ankled again. Couldn't hang on to it for Jacob. Then there's a bad reshot attempt by Mitchell. Jacob just stuffs the head, goes around behind for 2. Out of bounds with 1:34 on the clock, first period. Optional start once again for Jacob Warner. Mitchell trying to throw an underhook in there. back across. Left-hand collar, right-hand collar, left-hand underhook. Goes double unders, inside trip, gets a stall call, takedown to the back. Got a 2 count before they slide out of bounds. Jacob Warner, double unders, inside trip, kept him there for 2. That'll give him 4 more on the scoreboard. 14-5 is the lead now for Jacob. And he still doesn't have riding time over a minute. 1:04 to go here in the first. Optional start once more. Escape, tries going underhook. Snatch attempt by Mitchell underneath of that underhook. Now Jacob coming back across. Trying to throw the underhook, couldn't get there. Tries snatch the other way, couldn't get it. Back across now as both guys kind of stand up for a second. There's a snap down to a low single. Elevates high, up over the hips. 2 more. 30 seconds remain first period. 16-6 is the lead. Warner with the roll through on that 2-on-1. Got a 2 count before he lost the grip on that 2-on-1. Makes it 18-6. Warner trying to find a wrist either side to reset something up. Period's going to come to an end, though. Jacob leading 18-6. Saturday, December 10th, the UFC returns to Las Vegas with a stacked card. Light heavyweight king Yuri Prochaska defends his strap against former champ Glover Teixeira. Live from T-Mobile Arena, UFC 282, Prochaska v. Teixeira. Tickets on sale at AXS.com. Mitchell for Buffalo starts down. Jacob Warner intentionally releases, throws an underhook by, gets to a leg, can't get anywhere with it, comes back up, trying to find body lock, can't get it, tries throwing the underhook again, now drops back down to the ankle on the other side, head to the inside, trying to cut across, drives us up through the hips and gets across for the 2. Again, chain wrestling. You're not going to get one move to work very often. Warner just hit about 6 right there. Gonna go optional start again. That'll make it 20-8. Minute and a half to go here, second period. Short drag into a snatch, dumps him down for 2 more. Intentionally release. Looking for a cradle, he's got it. See if he can run this up over. He baited him into that, locked in that near side cradle. Trying to run it up over. And he's going to get his 4 count at least. And that'll make it a 26-8 Tech fall in the second period. Hawks go up 29-7. We'll be back right after this. You're listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
When I'm thinking of a meal with friends or family or a business lunch, I always think of Monica's. I know their huge menu will have something that everyone will like. More importantly to me, you never waste your money because the food is always great. Nothing worse than going out to eat and your money and the occasion is wasted because the food was not great. Monica's is the most consistent restaurant I know. There is a reason why they've won so many awards and are always busy. Try them and see. They appreciate every customer and have a great staff.
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC, Iowa City.
Welcome back to Albany, New York. Heavyweight, there's a nice snatch into a double leg by Tony Cassiope to get the quick takedown, 13 seconds in. He's taking on Greg Hodjulik, a senior with a 1-3 record. Hawks lead 29-7. They go out of bounds after that takedown, but Cass going to work from this top position. Working that near wrist on the right side. Hodjulik hipping down hard that way. Tony reaching across to that far arm. Trying to bust him down a little bit. Now comes back out front. Arm on the back. Arm around the head. Settling in. Saying goodnight, Irene, and there it is. 53 seconds to wrap things up. Tony Cassiope, his second first period fall of the evening. 35-7 the final score. The Hawks with the win. Back in 2 minutes. This is Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
At Oakmall, our mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, Executive Director. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served Iowa City for more than 55 years. Our team helps residents create home by living our values of caring, respect, enthusiasm, awareness, teamwork, and encouragement. If you're looking at retirement options, visit our website at oakmall.com. We want you to lead life your way. Go Hawks!
Hit a deer? Call Premier. Premier Automotive in North Liberty is Eastern Iowa's most trusted name in auto body repair. Our premier reputation is built on providing superior customer service, accurate estimates, and high-quality work. Our experienced staff guarantees your vehicle is restored and back on the road in no time. Premier Automotive in North Liberty or online at premierautoiowa.com. Drive safely, but if you hit a deer, call Premier.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Smith & Wesson is committed to empowering Americans, no matter what. With inflation hitting everywhere, we've decided to make a change. Now, you can buy a Smith & Wesson Shield Plus, our most popular concealed carry firearm, at an all-new low price, $100 off MSRP. We're absorbing the costs and passing along the savings to you, so you don't have to compromise on personal security. Visit smithandwesson.com to find a Shield Plus near you. Smith & Wesson, always expect the best.
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC Iowa City.
Welcome back to Albany, New York, the Armbar at the Armory in Albany, as the Hawkeyes pick up a couple of big wins here tonight. 35-7 over Buffalo and 35-6 over Sacred Heart, moving their record to 4-0 on the year. Not going to hear from Coach Brands just because we got to get showered up so we can hop a plane and get out of here, get these guys back home so they can get back to work for next week. But started things off at 125 pounds in this second match against Buffalo. Charles Matthews gets the nod, and he loses by an 11-2 score. Colin Schriever gets a 23-8 tech fall. Drew Bennett comes from behind again to win 9-6. Max Murin, 16-5 major decision. Caleb Rachi wins a 6-0 boxing match. Kobe Siebrecht gets an 8-0 major decision, bumping up to 165. Joe Kelly drops a 2-0 decision at 174. Abe Assad, 22-7 tech fall at the end. 26-8 tech fall in the second period for Jacob Warner. 53-second fall for Tony Cassiope to cap things off. 35-7 is the final score. Today's Hawkeye Dual Meet Recap presented by Riverside Casino and Golf Resort, home of the Draft Day Sports Lounge, a luxury hotel and spa, 5 restaurants, and more just minutes south of Iowa City. Got to say hi to my daughter Jacqueline as she's listening in, waiting for me to get home. Well, that's why we're trying to wrap things up quickly, honey, so that we can hop on that airplane and fly back tonight. One way or the other, we'll be seeing you in the morning. So we'll take one more quick timeout. We'll be back to wrap things up. Hawks win 2 of them. We'll be back with more from Albany. This is Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Hey, this is Peter Schrager from the NFL Network's morning show, Good Morning Football. You've also seen me on NFL Sidelines and in studio for Fox Sports on Sunday. Well, I've got a new podcast with iHeart in the NFL, and we're calling it The Season with Peter Schrager. In each episode of this season, I'm going to empty my proverbial notebook and take you inside and behind the scenes on the conversations that happen at the highest levels of NFL franchises. Listen to The Season with Peter Schrager on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Local Craft Cellar is ready for the holidays, offering a huge selection of craft beer, wine, and spirits. Many Iowa-made favorites. They have the selection you don't see at other stores. Come get your favorite holiday beers, liqueurs, and of course, whiskeys. The biggest selection of vodka, tequila, mezcal, rum, gin, cordials, and wine. And the greatest selection of Iowa-made favorites like Edgewood Locker hams and turkeys. Shop Eastern Iowa's best selection of craft beer. Visit 7085 C Avenue Northeast in Cedar Rapids. Please drink responsibly.
The City of Coralville is now hiring part-time bus drivers. These positions offer flexible schedules of approximately 25 hours a week. Availability to work on Saturdays is a plus. Pay starts at over $21 an hour plus benefits. A health insurance option is available. Candidates must have or be able to obtain a current valid commercial driver's license. Learn more and apply online at coralville.org or call 319-248-1700. The City of Coralville is an equal opportunity employer.
When I'm thinking of a meal with friends or family or a business lunch, I always think of Monica's. I know their huge menu will have something that everyone will like. More importantly to me, you never waste your money because the food is always great. Nothing worse than going out to eat and your money and the occasion is wasted because the food was not great. Monica's is the most consistent restaurant I know. There is a reason why they've won so many awards and are always busy. Try them and see. They appreciate every customer and have a great staff.
Your station for Iowa wrestling all season long is AM 800 KXIC in Iowa City. Now let's wrap up tonight's broadcast. Here once again is Stephen Grace.
Thank you, Randy. As we wrap things up here from Albany, the historic Armory with the Armbar at the Armory presented by Journeyman Wrestling. Big thanks to Frank Papalizio putting these events on and just having a great atmosphere and all the teams coming to participate. Hawks win 2 of them, 35-7 over Buffalo and 35-6 over Sacred Heart. And they move to 4-0 on the season. And we will hop on a plane and head home tonight. We have Cassiope and Jacob Warner wrestling Tuesday down at the All-Star Classic. That is in Austin, Texas on Tuesday. And then next Saturday, we'll be taking on Penn. That'll be a good one. Penn's got some pretty good wrestlers. There'll be some good matchups. And that one will be a 2 o'clock start time from Carver Hawkeye Arena. Mark and I will have the coverage of that one beginning with the 1:45 pre-meet from Mediacom Matt next Saturday, the 26th, 1 week from tomorrow. Until then, this is Stephen Grace, Hawks with 2 big wins. We will talk to you next Saturday. Until then, this has been Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
On the Hawkeye Sports Network from Learfield, you've been listening to Hawkeye Wrestling. Presented by Pioneer, an American seed brand since 1926. Also brought to you by Hy-Vee, the official grocery partner of Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling. Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. Oak Knoll, an active life care community. Dodge Street Tire and Auto, your family-friendly, dependable, and honest auto repair shop. Celebrating 29 good years in Iowa City. Riverside Casino and Golf Resort, home of the Draft Day Sports Lounge, a luxury hotel and spa, 5 restaurants and more, just minutes south of Iowa City. Homewood and Home 2 Suites, preferred hotel of the Hawkeye Radio Network. And by Pioneer, an American seed brand since 1926. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation on the Hawkeye Sports Network.
We now join Fox Sports Radio, already in progress on 800 KXIC and available on your Amazon smart speakers just by saying, Alexa, play 800 KXIC on iHeartRadio.
No. Yesterday was just kind of lightheaded for most of the day, which, okay, that's fine. That was so. Then I started feeling a lot better. Like maybe around 9 o'clock, I was like, oh, okay, I'm kind of coming out of it now, and I'm feeling better. The doctor actually said, don't make any important life decisions the next 24 hours. I said, oh, you got it, doc, no problem.
Well, legally, there should have been a form that was signed both by you and by Pam that was not going to happen.
Well, it's funny you say that, because here's my story. I can't believe I'm going to say this story.
I jumped right into it. See, there you go.
I go in yesterday, and they bring me in early for the procedure. Apparently, they were ready. I was ready. It was great. So I'm in the bed and I'm waiting to get wheeled in, and the nurse comes in to tell me all these different things. Here you are with the anesthesia. What do you like? This? I go, I've never been put under before. So here's this. She's okay. I have this. I have this. I have this. Okay, great. She goes, now we're going to put in an IV for you to sedate you because you don't go all the way under for a colonoscopy. It's not like all the way under like major surgery. This is kind of a surfacey anesthesia they give you. So I said, yeah, sure, that's fine. So they give me the IV, and she goes, I'll come back in a couple of minutes. I have something to bring to you that you need to sign. I said, yeah, sure, no problem. So she gives me the sedation line, and I do this at UCLA. It's at UCLA Medical Center where I went. So she puts the line in, so I'm sitting there for a couple of minutes, and I text Pam, hey, I'm going in. Great, I'll see you after, all this stuff. Okay. And she comes back in, and I'm feeling really sedate and really calm, just feeling pretty good at that point. And she says, okay, now I need you to sign. I'm gonna eat. What's your phone number? And I give her my phone. She goes, all right, I'm gonna text this to you. You need to just sign. This is a waiver for you to for the, like I said, for the anesthesia for me to give this to you. I said, yeah, sure, no problem. So she sends it to me. She goes, are you okay to do it? I go, yeah, because she's wondering when the sedation's really going to kick in.
Yeah, by that point, that should have been done before anything was administered, but that's okay.
Sure. Meanwhile, I need you to sign right here. Don't make any important decisions, but what's your bank account router number? If you could give me the route. So I said, okay, great. So I get ready to sign, and she goes, oh, and I want to tell you, when you sign in, the password to sign in, and she says it just like this. She goes, the password, because she wanted to kind of tell me that I could understand it. She goes, the password to sign in is UCLA. No, she says UCLA. And she said it just like that, like